us a win, yo. Give 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 us a win, yo. In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Texas rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We will conquer all. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand. United we rise. The banters they throw, we are rising again. No matter the cost. Give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. In blue we stand. United we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We conquer all. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand. United we rise. We are faithful and true. With hope in our hearts, we push through.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. It's good to be back. Shout out to the chat. Big up to every single one of you. Apologies for the lateness, but you guys know what it's like on a Friday afternoon. Back again, tax and all of that. But with the same energy, big up to back again and appreciate troops for the redirect. Shout out to Chelsea Sessions, Arta. Big up to Rye. Big up to Maldini. Big up to Aya. Big up to Luke Chapman, Blues Empire. Big up to Sean. Shout out to Steve as well. Big up, my guy. Great to have you on the channel as well. Hope everything's good.
Yeah. I'm chilling, bro. Chilling. Doing all right. How about you?
Hey, I couldn't be better, man. Like, the Conference League football is so refreshing because regardless of what position Chelsea's at, be it after a win, be it after a defeat, you know you're just going to watch the team hoop. And that's exactly what we saw yet again. Yeah. Even with, like, a game that was quiet in certain phases and all of that, still dominated, still won 4-1. And Nkunku bagged again. João Felix is looking more confident. Mudryk is looking more confident. The team's looking more confident. And we're one step closer to a trophy. So, yeah, it's been all good. Shout out to the rest of the chat, though. Big up to Joey. Big up to Young Cuenca, Paquinho. Big up to Mr. B, Yerps, Rakitic. Oh, I probably butchered that. But big up to you anyway. Smash the likes. I saw everyone was bigging up Benga's track earlier as well. The link to Benga's Twitter is down in the description. Shout out to him. Give him some love. And you guys know what we're here for. We're here for Chelsea versus Newcastle. A big top four battle. Although it seems like with Newcastle, the whole top four hype started to die down a little bit. Like, I haven't really locked into too many Newcastle games, but I have been keeping a little eye out on results and the way Newcastle fans have been talking about their team this season. And it's not been good. It's not been good, has it? Like, what's been your thoughts on Newcastle this season, brother?
We don't know what we are. Identity is completely unclear. I'll go back to the last game on Saturday versus Brighton. That like half hour, we were really good. It looked like the old prime Eddie Howe Newcastle, moving the ball, beautiful triangles on the right, pace. Brighton couldn't get out of their half. They played kind of a 4-2-4 or 4-4-2, and they were just getting strangled. They didn't, bro, possession at that point, it was like a 70-30 or maybe even like 75. Like they couldn't touch the football. And Verbruggen made, I think in that half hour period, about 2 or 3 really good saves. And then there was some misses here and there. But the problem was around, I think it was a 36 minute, Brighton finally get out of their own half. And they hit on the break. Welbeck down the middle scored. And our 2 fullbacks are at the center back position. And our 2 center backs are playing fucking DM. And then the rest of the half was back and forth. And then from that point on, we just never had momentum. Had some good spells here and there. Again, Verbruggen was very good for them. But bro, it's discouraging. It's like good performances this year from Newcastle. I don't know if you saw the game where we played Man City, where we got the draw. We done well there. But even then,
I didn't catch that. I think we were playing the same time.
Now it's at 12:30.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then it was, that's why early kickoff tax. You know my pattern.
Yeah. Like that was a good performance. Like in some games we've defended well, but going forward, we all troll Man United for being toothless up front. I mean, same applies to Newcastle with arguably, better personnel or on the same level. Isak isn't performing, not getting involved in the game. Anthony Gordon, don't know what's happening there.
What's happened to them too? Because that's like one of the biggest things that I've heard about Newcastle. Like your forward players aren't turning up for you guys.
So, some of it's just missing chances, but the other is that they're just getting more attention. Like they're not a surprise; they're a known quantity. So it's just one of those, bro, where it's like they're not firing. Yeah, Isak has been mid. I'll skeptic. It's true. He's not been involved in the game. And yeah, we don't know our best attacking front three because Barnes will sometimes start. We push Gordon to the right. Isak will drift left sometimes. Ironically, we have kind of a Real Madrid problem because if you think about it, their best front three, Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vini Jr., they would all prefer to play on the left. They're all left wingers, but you have to spread them across. And so and
then it's not as fluid as a result. Yeah.
Same goes with Isak. I think he's a good striker, but like as a left winger, he's perfectly comfortable there, and he naturally drifts out there anyways. Gordon, he's best on the left. He can play false 9 sometimes, right wing as well. But again, left wing is preferred position. And then Harvey Barnes, our next best forward, again, left-sided. It's the Real Madrid problem, but obviously not the quality of players, but that's the problem. So everything it's poor, bro.
Sounds like Reese James is gonna have to deal with a lot then, if your team's so left-sided heavy and everything. Because a lot of the game will be played on the right-hand side, especially the way we move.
Nah, you're not really gonna have to deal with much, to be honest, in both of these games, to be honest, because we're not out here peppering. I mean, Brighton was the exception, but we're not like against Southampton opening day. That was the way. Remember last year when Wolves and Man United played and Man United won 1-0. It was scrappy, but they were horrible. And it was a precursor for the season to come. I felt the same exact thing Newcastle Southampton opening day because it was dreadful the entire game. Fabian Schär got a red card around the 30th minute, but before then, Southampton were really, really putting pressure. They were outplaying us straight up. And for me, that unfortunately could be a precursor. Like the first game of your season, it sometimes does tell you a lot about what's coming up. Even though you guys lost to Man City, y'all played really well. Y'all looked really different compared to last season, and we're seeing that play out now. If you look at...
remember last season, the first 5 games we had, that was a precursor to everything else.
Yeah, so it's one of those, bro. And look at last year. Last year, we played Aston Villa opening day, and we won 5-1. Yeah, we didn't have that, like, crazy success, but, like, what was the... What did we show on that day? That we could score goals for fun at home. And we scored 85 goals last year. And we're not going to get anywhere close to that if the guys don't just
What's
wake up.
changed
But
this season then? Is it a
nothing.
managerial
That's the
thing?
problem.
Because
Nothing.
so then is
That's
it
the
maybe a
problem.
managerial issue? Oh,
The
so you're saying the
transfer
transfer window? Yeah.
Everyone else did something besides Liverpool, really, but they already have those that they're just used to running it back with Salah and those, those cast, Van Dijk and all them.
Yeah,
But
they like first world problems compared to where you are.
Right. So this is the problem. Nothing changed in the summer. We signed Lloyd Kelly, 2 backup goalkeepers that we had to do for PSR. Nothing changed. But the problem is Aston Villa got some good signings here and there. Y'all obviously made some improvements. Man United tried to, but they have the same bum manager. Man City even added a Savić and a Gundogan. They're refreshing a little. And then the other one was Lloyd Kelly on a free. And Eddie Howe played him at left back against Bournemouth and then another game. And it's like, why are you playing him at left back when we have Livramento, who could play there? And obviously first choice is Lewis Hall. And that's something that's also like, we haven't sorted out our back four yet. I don't know who Eddie Howe sees as he doesn't know his best 11. Straight up, he does not know his best 11.
Okay, no, you lot sound like a bit of a mess. I didn't think it was this bad.
Yeah. And
any positive rays at Newcastle? Anyone shining?
The defense is looking better than last season. That's about it though. But like Nick Pope has made some mistakes this year. Like we beat Spurs 2-1. That was like obviously a very good result. We got a good record versus them recently at St. James's Park. But
apparently, though, even that wasn't a good game. Apparently, I think.
We got outplayed for about 70 minutes in that game. We got outplayed. Pope had to make 3 or 4 very good saves. But yeah, we got outplayed for the majority of it's just like we've what's it called? We've ran out of gas in the car, and the car isn't going anywhere. Everyone else put petrol in their car and they're moving. Villa, I picked Villa before the season to get top 4. It kind of looks like they're on track to do that again. It kind of looks.
Do you feel like it's a byproduct of you guys' style of play? Because Eddie Howe likes to play an intensive game from what I've seen.
We haven't had a style of play.
No, as in like from the last 2 seasons. Is it like some sort of like long-term issue based off that?
I don't know, because last season we were if we take it back to Eddie Howe when he first got appointed, we just had to get out of the relegation battle from January onward. And we played defensive counterattack, cool. And then the year 22-23 when we got top 4, that was more of we scored a lot of goals, but like mainly we were counterattacking mixed in with some kind of more possession based. But then last season was, a lot of injuries and stuff, but it's like never really made up our minds. It was always in-game management. I go back to the Milan game, the Milan Champions League game. That was a big moment of the season. On match day 6, took a 1-0 lead. We were playing phenomenal, scored a goal before halftime, and should have had more. Should have had another goal or 2 in there because we were playing that well, and Milan were on the ropes. Second half comes around. 60th minute, the Pioli subbed on Chukwueze, and then Pulisic, I think, shifted over. And then they, bang, bang. They go 2-1. We get knocked out to 4th place, and Milan get 3rd place Europa. So, but the problem in that second half was those subs. Tonali got what's it called? Tonali got subbed off in one of the games. It was Liverpool. We lost to Liverpool last year 2-1. We're cooking them the entire game. We bring off Tonali around the 65th minute, which is something Eddie Howe does all the time, which is fucking ridiculous. I don't know why he brings off Tonali every single game at the 65th minute for Longstaff. That's a monumental downgrade. And then it shows, because then we can't establish control of the game. There's no reason why Bruno Guimaraes and Joelinton can play full 90, but Tonali somehow is the guy that deserves to get subbed off. If he deserves to get subbed off, I think maybe once this year he deserved to get subbed off. looking a little rusty. But other than that, like it happened last game against Brighton. It was a critical portion of the game where we were kind of getting back into it. Brighton were making subs, and we responded with Longstaff, and we responded with Willock and Almiron.
I saw Newcastle fans saying there was a major drop-off when Tonali and I think Bruno Guimaraes came off.
Yes, 100%, bro. And so it's the in-game management in a lot of these, in a lot of these, but yeah, I don't know what I'm getting with Newcastle. I know it's not going to be good though. Like if we win, it's not going to be sexy. It's not going to, or even like
not a great brand of football. Questionable in-game management decisions. Questionable goalkeeper. The attack's not really been firing. I ain't wrong on none of these, am I?
The fullback situation, because like when we played Bournemouth away, we played Lloyd Kelly at left back. There's no reason to, because Lewis Hall wasn't injured or anything. It's just it's things like that.
Lewis Hall will probably play against us because he'll be up for it. I would be very surprised if he doesn't.
Right, and he's been decent this year. He's been decent. He's growing into that left back role, but sometimes he'll just get caught too high up and get exposed there. So it's
because from his time at Chelsea, like all of his best attributes for us were going forward
on the ball as well.
Yep.
On the ball, he's terrific. I've no complaints. Technical ability, passing, receiving the ball in stride and then picking out a pass. Like he's super talented. I'm not sure if he's a midfielder or a left back. Yeah, hell, you can maybe even play him as a left winger because he is crafty like that. He can shoot as well. He can shoot. He's got a good shot on him. But yeah, he's been good. Bruno and Joelinton have been kind of hit or miss. Tonali hasn't. I think he's had maybe one rough game, but he's been excellent since his return.
He's been a standout
no
then.
Question. Yeah. Gordon, poor. Barnes off the bench is our leading goal scorer. He's already got 4 or 5 goals in all comps. So he's probably been our player of the season by default because Isak only has a goal or 2.
What happened to Callum Wilson?
He's always injured. It's been like this for about 8 years. At Bournemouth, he even had injury problems. Callum Wilson's not appeared for Newcastle in months. He's not reliable. He's reliable when he's healthy because he'll be fit for 5 or 10 games and he'll probably get in like prime Callum Wilson stretch.
A great number 2 as well.
Yeah. But then the problem is, it's like, okay, you have Wilson and Isak. I don't know why Eddie can't ever play them too. But the thing is, I can't even really say that because Callum Wilson's just always injured. Always injured. Yeah, Chloe, it's even worse than Reese James. It's arguably almost like it's on that level. But
Reese James, I'm just grateful to have him back at this point. He'll start and he'll get the same 55, 60 minutes that he got against Liverpool. Same thing with Lavia.
Yeah. So, it's not been good, bro. And it's just like I could see this coming from a mile away. Because when you stand still in life, let's not even just football transfer market stuff. If you stand still in life and others improve, you're gonna get left in the dust. Even if you have we have good players. Bruno Guimaraes could play for a lot of top teams. Isak, very good player. Tonali, Anthony Gordon of last season. This season, awful, but last season Anthony, we have some really good players, but it's overall it's the squad that still needs attention and it didn't get addressed. It really didn't. So yeah, I'm not really. And our record at the Bridge is fucking trash. It's awful.
I've seen your record in London isn't good. I think you've lost 5 out of your last 7 from the stats I'm seeing.
And the year we got top 4, we only lost. The year we got top 4, we drew at Arsenal away. I remember that game because Joelinton.
There was a 0-0 one.
Yeah, we just went in there and just got the point.
And you drew 1-1 at our ground last game of the season.
Which didn't mean
I don't remember why I'm at Tottenham. I don't remember if you won or
We beat Brentford. We beat Tottenham.
No, you beat Spurs. Yeah, it was the season after.
Callum Wilson, Lad Lurie from way out because he came out of his goal and then Wilson. It was a
Yeah, I was
foul
thinking about
according to
last
the
season's
first.
game at Spurs. I think you lost like 4-1 there or something like that.
Yeah. Last season we got smoked at Tottenham, but the year we got 22-23, bro. We beat Spurs. So yeah, our record in London is poor, but it was really good the year we got top 4. But yeah, it's
I mean, the more we talk about this game, the more I'm thinking like this should be a very straightforward performance from us. You guys don't sound in form. You don't sound confident. Players are sounding a little bit iffy. Bar the defense, from the sounds of it, I don't think you guys sound like you're gonna lay a glove on us.
no,
And
but
even then,
bro,
do you guys have
even
a habit of playing defensive? Can you play defensive football, or is Eddie Howe more of a front foot sort of manager?
He doesn't know because it's different. It's different every game. Like the Brighton one, we were all over them. But then in games like what's it? Who do we play? We play.
What you like against City?
Defensive, but we landed not hypothetically. We landed some punches like we were trying to get forward. So I don't know.
Okay,
man.
so you are capable of dropping a bit deeper then. All right, cool.
Yeah. So like could we do what Forest did and get a point at your maybe Palace did as well?
If the keeper's on job, because we have a habit of just keepers turning into prime Neuer whenever they get to the bridge.
Right.
Like first it was Dean Henderson, then it was Sells. I could see Nick Pope doing madness again. I wouldn't even be shocked.
He had a mistake in a few of the games, to be honest. But like, yeah, bro, like it's just not really too much. Like most of my Newcastle friends, we don't think we're winning. We think it's gonna be like a 2 or 3-0, 3-1 or something. I don't really know. Like with the way we're playing, I'm not really sure how we score. It's the only way we score is off a mistake from your goalkeeper, or maybe.
Well, you like set pieces?
Maybe. Awful. Can't think of a set piece goal we scored.
Brilliant. Because like we ain't good at them either, bro. We can be stinky at that together.
Which is
both ways.
Which is stupid because we have Dan Burn who's 6'7". Fabian Schär can score goals. We have Joe Ellington who's tall. Isak is obviously tall, but not that good in the air. You know, like we have players that and we have like good delivery from out wide occasionally from Livramento or a Hall. So yeah, I think the only way we score is maybe we press you and then you make a mistake and Pope has to have, a 16 out of 10 game or something. But like other than that, I don't see us outplaying you. I don't think anyone has outplayed you besides maybe Man City. But even then, that was close.
Man City, Bournemouth first half, they peppered
Bournemouth
us.
played well against you guys. They did. And
other than that, yeah, not really anybody.
Yeah. So, and we've gotten mostly schooled on the balance of play for most of our games. But yeah, that Brighton one was infuriating because it's like that's the Newcastle that I know. But the problem is you have those you probably saw the Bayern München Barca game. Bayern had a good 20-minute spell, didn't score. What happens? Goal at the other end, game completely changes. It's almost like it's like you have in football. One of the things I've learned over the years, if you have that period of where you're on your opponent's neck, you have to land a punch. You got to get a goal. You have to make it, get your money's worth. Otherwise, you're just going to get countered on. So this is what it is, man. We can't capitalize on our momentum when we have it in games. But yeah,
and the maddest thing is, for the first time in years, we can do that. For years, our attack ain't been on job. We'll dominate periods in games and do absolutely nothing with it. Now we'll actually have those periods and we'll make the most of it. Jackson's been a lot more composed recently. Palmer had a bad game at Anfield, but it's just a bad game, and I put that partly down to how well Slot managed against him as well. Noni is a constant threat against a fullback.
Sancho, he wants to take on his man. He'll take on it. Yeah, Madueke will just run at you. He'll always give you something to think about. So
That's
yeah,
if he must.
I don't.
Why are you
he
attacking
must be
Liverpool?
into that.
It's not even an attack on Liverpool. Why are you being sensitive, bruv? It's not an attack. Like, quietly, we haven't won our last two league matches. Therefore, we must bounce back. Because if we don't beat Newcastle, first off, you're going to be on our necks again, and well deserved because we haven't won. And second of all, now it's 3 games. Now it's 3 league games without victory. Talking in the league, not the Conference League, but I understand. Big up to the UCL and all of that.
But like the last time we beat you guys, bro, it was fucking. We were wearing that fucking shirt. It was 2011
at home, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't won since that fucking the brace from fucking what's it called? Cisse.
No, I get it, like everything's in our hands to win. We've got the right favor, we got the right form, we've got the home advantage. Yeah, like it's just a question of what to expect when you guys play us on the day, because I do see in the chat a lot of people talking about Charity FC rearing its ugly head one more time. Like when you said the set piece and everything, I was thinking, I swear, if we do this for Fabian Schär to score a header or some bullshit, I'm going to be fucking livid. But ultimately, we really should be winning this. This should be another example of us just showing, yep, we lost. It was a blip. It was us going to Anfield because, again, like Hussam said, it's Anfield and we weren't the favourites going in for that game. Which goes show that it's a blip. Because the last thing I want us to do is to go to Manchester United away with any more pressure than what we already have. Because, yes, United are shit. How many times have we said that and not got the job done at Old Trafford? At least let's go there with a little bit of form. Go there with a bit of form so we can have a bit more self-belief, not the pressure of, our league form's starting to dip. And go and win. Because who knows? Like, God forbid they sack Ten Hag before the Chelsea game. It wouldn't even be the first time we've had to deal with new manager bounce Man United. I cannot be fucked for it. Hussam, I would assume that Lavia and Caicedo start again. Enzo played like 70 minutes in the Conference League, which surprised me as well. I thought he would have been a half-time substitution. But I've also heard Maresca talk about wanting to play all 3 of them together. He said the best game that he's seen from Chelsea this season was Man City at home because he got to play all 3 midfielders. So you might see all 3 of them play. Because here's the thing. He played 70 minutes, but Cucurella played the whole 90. He is definitely not being dropped on Sunday. He's going to play both games. Whether Enzo starts with Lavia and Caicedo, I don't know. I actually don't know. He might surprise us and just stick to Caicedo and Lavia. He might play all 3. The one thing I will guarantee, though, is Lavia and Caicedo will start. There is no way after that Liverpool performance that they don't start. I would be very, very shocked if that was the case. So it might be all 3. Enzo will probably be the furthest forward, which we have seen him struggle a little bit with. And he did also hint at preferring to play deeper because he was liking a bunch of Instagram posts talking about him finally being allowed to play in his proper position and how much better he is in that sort of role. So maybe you see Caicedo getting utilized further forward. I don't even know if I want to interfere with how well he's been playing this season like that, but also he's that good. He's that good. So if they want to play him further forwards, he's got the final pass in him. He's got the ball carrying abilities in him. He's probably better coming back than an Enzo is, for example. Maybe that's going to be the plan going into Sunday's game. Everything else, like, it speaks for itself. Fofana's back, he's going straight into the first team. Cucurella's back, he's going straight into the first team. The rest is going to be Sanchez, Reese James, he'll be playing and getting the 60 minutes as well. Lavia, Caicedo, probably, maybe Enzo. And then you'll get Sancho, Noni, Jackson up top, and Palmer in the middle. Same as always. The good thing is I don't even have to question what the lineup is anymore. There has been some talk of like, oh, Mudryk had a good game. Maybe we should start him. We did speak about that in the Chelsea Fan TV preview. As much as he likes a game against Newcastle, it's not going to happen. Like, we have the A and the B team for a reason. If anything, like, because I've even seen the arguments of giving Jorgensen some minutes. Jorgensen ain't really been tested like that. It's very hard to, like, analyze goalkeepers in the Conference League because you just don't get peppered. Yeah, we had the Savić game and everything, but I mean, that's one match, and he didn't even look good in that match, so we can't really judge him. I'm waiting till Newcastle in the Cup, because that's when we're going to fully rotate. That's when you'll see the B team, and I'd expect you to still offer test squads.
Yeah. We're going to fully rotate. We're going to probably fully rotate too, though. That's the problem. Our backups in our... All right, so our midfield 3, if it isn't... Let's say he starts one of them. He always starts Bruno. Like, Bruno is his guy that, like... Because he'll move Joelinton. Sometimes Joelinton will... In-game, he'll say, I'll go on the left or play a bit middle kind of thing. So let's say we bench Joelinton and Tonali. That would mean either Longstaff, Willock, or Lewis Miley, who I'd prefer, obviously, he's coming back from an injury. I prefer him to start. But Willock hasn't been good. He's had a lot of injury problems since we made the deal from Arsenal permanent, and Longstaff's terrible. So, like, that's our problem.
Who would your attacking options be for that game? Well, the cup match.
I mean, you're going to have to play Isak again because, I mean, Osula hasn't, that was one of our signings in the summer. Exactly. There you go. It says it all. William Osula. Yeah. There you go.
Never heard that name in my life, bro. I won't even front.
It says it all. It's not like he's fucking John Duran coming off the bench and
scoring William Osula from Sheffield United.
Yeah. We bought him for like 10 million. I don't know why. I don't know.
He didn't even start yeah, he did. He got like 28 appearances.
And he had no goals.
Yeah, no.
He had no goals.
3 in the FA Cup. I mean something.
Yeah, I think they played some scrub teams. But like, yeah, so and then okay, if we bench Gordon and Barnes, that means Jacob Murphy and Miguel Almiron.
Yeah, all that Almiron.
Our backup options for that Carabao Cup game are dusty, anyways. And then yours are just bro. It's looking like back-to-back L's. I'd be shocked if we done anything. So, yeah,
it's probably a bit more peak for you in terms of like rotating because our B team has been cooking the last few weeks. But again, I expect you to provide a better test than some of the Conference League teams. Which is why I'm more interested to see what the likes of Jorgensen's like in this sort of game. Bluetooth Game says your thoughts on Maresca's comments on Mudryk being a bit slow. Look, it's blunt, but it's real. I got no problem with someone being real and honest. Like I believed that about Mudryk from a year ago. Like he is slow. He is the sort of player that if you're genuinely looking at him and thinking he's going to develop, it's not going to be in a year's time. You got to be patient with that, brother. So, yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Mudryk is a little bit slow. 100%. The good thing is, Maresca knows that, and he's not rushing him. And an even better thing is, we have the Conference League. If you're a bit slow, it'll still be enough for a goal and an assist every game anyway. Yep. So just keep doing your thing, and like we'll see where you are at the end of the season. I've already seen improvements in him. He looks a bit more composed. He's starting to be a bit smarter with his movement into the box.
First touch.
The link-up play, the first touch as well. The passing's always been there. But everything else is starting to slowly develop and get a bit better. So, just, you know what? Conference League has low-key been a blessing in disguise for us because it just means 2 separate teams. We're still doing our 1 game a week thing from last season, and we can actually take advantage of that. Also breeds hella competition within the team. These guys in the B team are trying to break into the A team. So if anybody slips up, anybody drops off for a number of games, you're out, and you're going to be doing Conference League minutes.
Or if you have a guy coming back, from injury, you can throw him in a Conference League game for a half hour or whatever. You can start him and be like, okay, he'll be calm. Like you don't have to throw him in a high pressure Premier League game or whatever. And
also, when we say that though, Reese James just got thrown into Anfield after no starts in 11 months. And the crazy thing is, he still did his thing. Yeah, he was poor for the second goal. I ain't gonna take that one away from him.
He had a giveaway or two.
But like for his first game back, playing away at Anfield, fairs. It reminded me of like I
Yeah.
don't know if a lot of you man in the chat will remember, but Petr Cech's first game back after that head injury was away at Anfield too. And he only found out he was playing like the day before or something. He traveled up with the squad because he just wanted to, and then Jose was like, "Do you want to play? You can play if you want to. We'll give you a run out." And he came in and just we lost 2-0, but I don't think he had any howlers in that game. Not from what I remember. The second goal was a banger from Jermaine Pennant. I think he won goal of the month with that one. Or no, maybe not. 06-07 was like the season of bangers. You lot remember the December 2006 goal of the month range. Every goal could have won goal of the month. Literally every single one. But yeah, like Chelsea have been doing their thing in both competitions. We're in a good, confident mood, even in spite of the last 2 games against us, which just been a bit more.
You know why? Because you're playing well. You're playing well. I'll be okay. Maybe Panathinaikos, you weren't like scintillating. You did put up 4 goals with relative ease. But like the Liverpool game, y'all played
Europa League or Conference League match. Like some of them will be flat, a bit lethargic at times, but ultimately you're playing a team with fuck all quality compared to you, and it's going.
And then
to
on
show.
the weekend, you're likely getting a really good performance. This is this is the difference between the two teams. I think in most of your games you performed to a pretty high level. You've done well. Maybe the result, like the Forest or Palace draw, or the Liverpool or City loss, like all right, didn't go your way, but it's like, you know what, can hang our hat on that. Good performance. That's something that you can rely on.
I think like the worst game that we've dropped points in is probably Forest. And even Forest, I didn't think was that bad. Like I was really concerned that we struggled to break them down, and we broke them down numerous times. Yeah. Just sometimes we fumbled it ourselves. Sometimes we forced Sells into worldy saves. It was just a case of one or the other, but we actually broke them down. Last season when we played Forest, like I said, one of the most offensive games I've ever watched. And I don't mean in a footballing term. I mean, it was genuinely offensive to watch that match. It felt like a sick joke compared to 22-23. Really we made nothing. We just kept possession and just died. So, like, yeah, there's been clear improvement on the team from this season. That's why you can tell the mood from us losing at Anfield is night and day to the mood when we lost to Man City first game of the season. Everyone was doing up panic stations and, oh, why did we bring in Maresca? We should have got Conte. We should have got Mourinho. We should have got all of these respectfully finished managers at the top level. Now, the vibe's a bit different. Yeah, people are still questioning Sanchez a little bit more. I can't lie, he deserves it. But that's about it. In terms of where we are, people know that we're on the upward trajectory. And it's taken 2 months for people to believe in that. Thank the Lord.
We're stagnating, bro. We're stagnating. Like I said, the Brighton game last weekend was a fucking killer because it's like that first like half hour, but then you don't all of a sudden Welbeck goal, and that's ultimately the game-winning goal. It's the only goal of the game. You know, against Everton away, we were not really that good. Pretty mediocre. Like Gordon, he had the penalty fucking miss.
You guys just look at every time I watch Newcastle, final third play hasn't been good.
Yeah, final third, and it's a struggle to get there sometimes too. So like we're not really like again.
And we should be winning the midfield battle.
Like we got, bro, the worst performance of the season probably was when Fulham.
Panelist as well. I'm going to send the link in a minute. Say that again, bro.
Yeah, that's cool. The worst performance of the season was Fulham away. We were absolutely awful.
Didn't you lose that one?
3-1. 3-1. Yeah. Jimenez scored 5 minutes in. Good finish. And that, bro, they were all over. It wasn't even close. Like, second half, the only time that we had any sort of positive momentum, it was, 2-0. Second half starts, Barnes scores about a minute or two after. But then have a bit of momentum for those like 10 minutes after the goal, and then just fades away into nothing. And then Reese Nelson scores in the 92nd minute after we've been getting outplayed. So like I could totally see you winning like a 3-1 or something. I could like because Fulham they play good football. You guys do too. It's possession based, and they have players that like to take on their man and get aggressive with it. They just go for it, and you guys similar. You have players like a Mudryk, they'll just go for it. He'll get the team up the pitch and all that, get fouls, and So this is my issue. Like I could totally see you guys scoring in the first 10 minutes, and then we're trying to just survive out here. Never mind going to try and score on your goal, bro. We're getting shelled. We're getting shelled. Like that's.
I know we're going to score. It's just about can we minimize the errors that we make, because we seem to always
give away
a goal on stupidness.
We're not even forcing opponents like. Bro,
no, but like sometimes you ain't got to force us to make a mistake. Right. We might just do something silly ourselves.
Right. But yeah, it's like we beat Wolves 2-1, but we were awful for like 60, 70 minutes of that game. To be fair, Wolves are a weird one because they've actually played well in a lot of their games. Just sometimes the finishing is a bit off, but obviously they haven't got any wins. But like, yeah, we scored 2 fucking golazos and it completely covered over the cracks. Like, it's just like, bro, let's look at the past, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. We've scored 1, 2, 3 goals in our past 5 games in all comps. Didn't score against Brighton. Didn't score against Everton. Scored 1 against Wimbledon, and it was a penalty at halftime, which is a debatable penalty. We were awful against Wimbledon. Awful. Which ironically, you guys had a cup game last year where you were awful versus Wimbledon in a Carabao Cup game. So, but like we've scored 4 goals in our past 5 games. Like we're not. If we're losing 3-2 or something, then it's like, all right, fine. If we're playing a bit, like we're just not allowed. It's like we're just there. It's like we're just there, and whatever happens, I don't feel good about it, bro, because our record at your guys' place is awful. It really is. I'm looking at it right now. A head-to-head record in all comps. Last year, you beat us 3-2. I think we scored first in that game as well. No, you guys scored. You guys scored in the 6th minute. Then we scored just before halftime. And then
Isak. I think that was another defensive mistake from us.
What's even worse is you have to play us again on Wednesday.
Big up, Justice.
Yeah.
Big up, bro.
That's the game I'm looking. I can't, bro. I can't even say I'm looking forward to that game because we're probably gonna rotate.
You were about to. You had to second guess yourself. Fuck.
Now we will rotate. You'll play 2 different Chelsea teams this week.
Yeah, but you're gonna play 2 different. You're gonna play 2 different Newcastle teams, and our depth sucks.
That
depth sucks for the most part.
Yeah.
Fucking Almiron is gonna start the cup game, guarantee it, or he's gonna start the 1 game. Like midfield, long
Tonali or one of Tonali, or start one of Tonali, or
what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen, bro? You know what's gonna fucking happen? This is exactly what's gonna happen. I could totally see something like this happening. It could be 0-0 on Sunday around the 65th minute. Maybe we're doing decent. Tonali will probably be one of our standout players. He'll be helping out all areas around the pitch, and Ahad's gonna fucking hook him for no reason, and we're gonna see a momentum shift, and y'all are gonna capitalize on it. I could fucking see it right now. I can visualize blue versus black and white.
I could do that before the subs, because if we're bad in the first half, we usually come out better second.
Yeah, always improve in the second half. Then that's credit to the coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% credit to what he does in the locker room. So I think that should be put to rest. Anybody still having doubts about this manager? I guess the only thing you can say he's not English, and that's, I guess, means a lot over there in England.
No, he's a championship manager. That's what it is.
I don't think it's doubts, because like I don't doubt Maresca. Like I thought that was a decent appointment for you guys, and you recruited well. You have a very good squad. It's more of just like what ends up happening. You know, what happens if you have a 3 or 4 game winless streak and you have an injury here, someone's out of form. Like, how do you cope with it, kind of thing? Like, yeah. I wouldn't make any, like, I don't know if he could win you the league or not. I don't know if he could win you the cup or not. I wouldn't say there's no chance of it. It looks more likely than not, though, because you guys have been pretty impressive outfit this year.
Yeah,
so, but the thing is with my guys, I know this thing is dead. I know it's dead.
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe's taking you
However, we can do our thing.
and the recruitment
Big up,
has
Javon.
gotten you to that next stage,
Sorry.
right? You haven't brought in maybe, let's say, Tonali, Guimaraes, and Isak would get into most teams in the Premier League.
Botman,
Opposite.
Sven Botman, to be fair, Botman as well, center back.
Yes, but
Very good.
he's injured.
He's been injured since November. Yeah, he done his ACL. So who knows what he looks like coming back?
Right.
Who
So
knows?
I think that the recruitment has let the coach down, but I think the coach has taken you to the level he's going to be able to take you to. Right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be next year, or it's going to be starting to retool the team. They're already talking about maybe Isak being sold, I guess, to use that money to rebuild the team, which to me is smart. I know a lot of people say,
I heard Isak's not signing a new contract.
yeah, that's right. He's going to be sold. He's not.
That's alleged. And I can't blame him. I can't blame him.
You only have so many good productive years in your career.
Right.
And if he thinks he can win something at another team, you got to go. Yeah, I mean, players have to look out for themselves, just like teams have to look out for themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, fair play.
Listen, I've been on a few channels, and everyone is like, "Oh, we shouldn't take Newcastle lightly." I'm telling you, with all due respect, I'm expecting to pull up for a 4-0 win. I'm thinking this game is where we come back strongly and announce that, hey, this isn't a new manager bounce. This is a different Chelsea. You know, I'm not afraid of Newcastle. Anything less than a win is a disappointment in my books. I'm not, and this is not me disrespecting Newcastle. This is just me rating my team more.
We haven't done anything this year to deserve respect, or because it would be a different story if Anthony Gordon had 3-4 goals already. If he was playing outstanding. If Isak had X amount of goals. If we actually shown something this year. If we shown something, then it would demand, bro, we're not doing nothing.
Exactly.
Most of the time.
Exactly. And it's at home. We're at home. Come on, man. I'm expecting a sprinkler, a magic everywhere. Cole Palmer show, Mudryk flying, Nkunku coming off the bench, Jackson. I want a good performance. Neto, Sancho balling.
Off the bench.
Pardon?
He's not getting off the bench after that performance.
Who, Nkunku?
Yeah, he was pretty poor against Panathinaikos. Pretty poor.
I wouldn't say poor. In my opinion, I just think he was just average. He didn't do anything.
There's a lot of attackers that weren't great, to be fair.
So I think that João Felix has made a case that he should be getting more minutes. The way he
and Mudryk. We're gonna be fair with Mudryk.
I'm not gonna go there with Mudryk because that's a whole nother can of worms. I'm not even gonna.
No, I think you warranted at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes on Sunday.
I think he will get that. Because I don't think I think he loves using his bench because each of those players bring in a little bit something different to the team when they're on the pitch. They play the position a little bit differently.
Yeah,
definitely. Sometimes, if A is not working, you got to put B out there to see if B can do something on the pitch. So, and I'm not saying one's A and one's B. I'm just saying if one person's not doing it against the defender, you bring somebody else with a different skill set on.
Yeah,
you do better. We had that luxury. Most teams don't.
Compared to last season, I'm welcoming Newcastle with a smile.
As you should.
I want us to disrespect the crap out of them.
Well, that's what makes
and
we can beat who we should be beating.
And you look at and if you look at the games last year, because we also played you in the Carabao, we'll start with the Premier League games though. Like in those Premier League games, I went into it going, we have a chance to win here, particularly the home game. And I felt good going into that game. I think I said like 2-1, and we ended up winning 4. I think it was 4-1, right?
Yeah.
We ain't doing that this season.
No.
Yeah.
True blue. I'm not doing a hustle. This is me objectively looking at my team and saying, and objectively looking at Newcastle and saying, there's a gap in form here. There's a night and day in form here. Why can't we play against one of these quote unquote big difficult teams and pull off a 3-0 result at home.
Fulham
even a
smoked
4-1.
us. Fulham absolutely
gonna people.
destroyed us.
So their only
about a
goal's
month
been
and a
against
half.
Wimbledon in the last 4, I think.
Yeah, and I know
Yeah.
football. I know the football is round and it's played on the pitch, but why can't we, for once in our life, do what we're expected to do? Why can't we just go and embarrass somebody and go home? Huh? Why do we always have to win the? Oh, it was close. It was a 2-0. It was a what? Nah, man.
It's a fair point.
I'll take the 2-0, as shameless as it sounds. I'll take the 2-0 get out of there against United.
That's what I'm
because
thinking. I'm thinking
that's a streak.
Exactly. That's the
it'll
bigger
be-
thing. Go.
I'm thinking it'll be a 2-0 just because Nick Pope in pretty much all of our games this year has made like a wonder save here and there. I remember the Wolves game in particular. It was like we were up 2-1. It was like the 95th minute out of 5, and then Pope made a fucking phenomenal save. I think it was on Cunha, and that won us the game there. So that's the only reason. Like you could score 4. I wouldn't say, oh, that's an impossible. I just think maybe Pope will bail us out here and there.
Yeah,
you'll still have enough.
Yeah, and let me clarify. It's not necessarily scoreline. It's more so a dominant performance is what I'm trying to say.
You'll get that.
Yeah,
you should get that.
If anything, I'm now thinking clean sheet.
Exactly.
Like, I'd like to see us keep a clean sheet. It's quietly been a while. I think it's 5 games now since our last clean sheet.
If
And even though
Morgan's in
ultimately
place,
it's
we
come
keep
down
a
to
clean sheet.
errors, I want to see us minimize that.
Exactly.
Sorry, who's that?
Steve, do you think that Eddie Howe will park the bus? Do you think he will? Or do you think he'll play his normal?
No, I honestly, yeah, probably, because that's what we've been doing in the majority of games. We've been very passive, submissive, looking to hit on the break. But then this is the thing, you can plan to hit on the break, but then if you don't actually, if your forward players aren't informed to actually, go on the break and actually test out opposition defense and goalkeeper, then it's like, what are we doing? We're just sitting back and hopefully avoiding, huge score lines.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
If I'm being honest, and again, I'm not disrespecting Newcastle in the slightest. I'm more concerned about Manchester United because of our track record there. I'm not
That makes sense.
1
That
point
makes sense.
over. I'm gonna stress. I'm not overlooking Newcastle, but based on what Newcastle fans has told me, based on our form, it should. I'm not saying it should be a standard win, but it should be comfortable. I'm expecting a win. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow we screw it up against United, because that's just how it is when we go to Old Trafford for the last 11 years. Right? So me having chess against Newcastle is not a lack of respect. It's just me, back in my.
Well, also your record at the Bridge versus us, bro. Last time we beat you guys at Stamford Bridge was in 2012. It was the Cisse brace.
Yeah. Oh, that was.
And also because I want us to go into the United game in good form, not with this, we haven't won in 3 games BS popping up. Sorry,
Exactly.
Joey. Yeah, like if we go into that game with that, and also God forbid if they sack Ten Hag, then suddenly the pressure builds.
Yeah.
Go in there with off the back of 3 wins.
Yeah, I'm
That
also
would be in a
looking at
much
that.
better spot.
I guess I'm the only one here that thinks that goes into every game thinking we should win, no matter who
No,
we're playing.
I think so.
No.
Should win, obviously.
Mhm.
Like I want him to go in there with as little pressure as possible, and that's what a victory on Sunday will give us.
I had confidence playing against City the first game. I had confidence we were going to win playing against Liverpool. We didn't. But
City, I mean, fair enough.
because the coach, I've seen the coach, what he's done with the team, and I believe our squad is the best squad in the EPL, 1 through 25.
It's up there. It's up there.
It's not. It is actually the best, because people say about the quality. Well, if that person, the quality you're talking about, is injured, who do you have to replace that person? That's how it works.
I wouldn't put your squad as the best simply because I don't think you'll title challenge. Because
I'm saying the talent in the squad, right?
Oh, yeah, that's undeniable. That's undeniable.
It's just nice to hear us get spoken about.
I just think that there's not enough world-class talent to compare it to some of the other teams. That's the only reason I disagree with you.
Well, again, if those world-class talents, like let's say if you take Salah and you take Virgil van Dijk out of that Liverpool team, who do they have to back them up?
Kwanzaa,
I'm not saying that though.
And that's
I'm
the
not
drop
saying-
off.
Yes.
And the drop off between our first team and our second team is not as great in most
No, I hear you.
positions. So that's where I'm coming from.
I
Right?
hear you.
So if somebody goes out injured, hey, we're not worried about the next person coming in.
And this is also the problem why I think it'll be back-to-back L's for us, because like squad for squad is not even close. Yeah, we have if we did a combined Newcastle Chelsea 11, let's not even base it off form, just off of who would you want from Newcastle and who would I want from Chelsea to join either team. Like it's like a 7-4. You'd probably take Isak in your team.
I wouldn't even know if it would be 7-4.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's on form,
well,
Isak ain't been cooking this season. Neither's been Gordon.
I'd say
Yeah.
9-2
Yeah.
probably. And that's just like if we want Isak over Jackson. I would say maybe Bruno. Maybe, but what do we need really Bruno for? And then
Tonali.
if it's the
Tonali,
Tonali
you
from-
can make a case for Tonali.
Yeah,
wouldn't
if you get the
take
Tonali from AC Milan, if we
I
get that
wouldn't take
version of
Tonali.
Tonali, I'll take him all day.
Nah,
People don't-
even
people-
that
Yeah, not
people-
over
even that
Lavio
player,
Caicedo,
nah.
no.
Guys, I'm telling you, y'all
Yeah.
don't know about that.
Even that
Tonali.
player, I wouldn't. I would take Caicedo over that player any day of the week. I'd
Yes.
take
But
then
Lavio
again, you're
over
going
that
up
player
against-
over any day of the
But
week.
then again, you're going up against the magic pivot of, Caicedo and Lavia.
That's what I'm saying. And then the only
kinda
real
difficult.
player is Botman, and he's been injured. So it's
He's
like
been injured since November, December.
that's like
I do
literally
think
the only
Botman.
player I really.
Yeah,
And by the way, Steve, is he gonna play at all in these two games?
dude, he's still got like 2 months out.
No.
He is. I'll double
That's
check.
huge.
I don't
That's
know.
huge, bro. That's just huge in itself.
Yeah, our
I feel like
back.
he's like the
Yeah,
the core of that midfield, that defense, bro. Like you could put
yeah, he's
him
awesome.
and anybody
He's
next to him.
awesome.
It's,
But I
you
haven't
could put
seen-
him next to anybody, and he's
Yeah,
good. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like that's the one place where I'm like, they probably can't defend us at all. Like
Mm.
in this game, they're just gonna man mark Cole, and then we just have to play around it, and that's it.
I think y'all will. Yeah, like I said, I'm not expecting nothing. Not really expecting nothing.
If they're smart, they'll do what Liverpool did with Cole. And they'll sign at least two players at him at all times.
Yeah, but you don't think that our manager's smart enough to come up with a strategy for that, to counter that by
Oh, yeah.
in a week? Like that's my thing. Is like I know that this manager is like on a different level, bro. So it's like
But in the position he was playing, it's easier to do that. If you play him
At least
inside, it's
tactically.
easier.
at least tactically, like I don't know about his like substitutions and all, but at least tactically, this guy is fucking.
It's easier to assign two players to a 10 than it is a winger because you open up holes in your.
100%. That's not even a question.
So I get one of the moves could be to play Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo in the midfield and move Palmer out there. If that would be a tactical change that would allow you not to have a double team on Paul. I don't know if he does that, but
I think Madueke has got too much confidence from the manager for him to be dropped. I think doesn't even need to be dropped either.
Yeah.
I'm not saying-
Yo,
That's
you
the
guys
off-the-ball
don't know
stuff
how
that he
bad
does.
Pope's been this year. You guys have been saying Pope over Sanchez. You guys don't know how bad Pope's been this year.
Yeah, Pope
Like,
has
bad.
been making some. Pope is mixed. He's a mixed bag. He's a mixed bag. He's similar to
I
Sanchez.
mean,
to be honest.
you're getting that same type of bozo
gonna make a
moments from
mistake
Pope
first.
that you're getting
Right.
from Sanchez. That's all I'm saying.
But yet still when I come with chest, people are wondering why. Man, I want to beat down.
I'm not wondering. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
No,
looking
no,
forward
I
to it at all.
fully expect a 3-1, like at minimum.
Yeah.
Like that's what
And
I
a proper
expect.
performance. A proper
Yep.
performance from the boys as well. So
Yeah,
I just
shout out to
wonder-
Mo saying
I
it
just
would be
wonder
nice.
if you guys
Oh.
are gonna sit back the
We'll get
entire
there.
game.
Yeah, we are gonna sit back.
Probably.
If you guys sit back, it might not be the scoreline might not be clear cut, but
Mhm.
That's why I'm saying a 2-0. That's why
You
I'm
can
thinking
break
it's
them
2-0.
down even if they sit back.
Yeah, but if they sit back in a low back block, we might not win 4-0. The performance.
I wasn't
might
even
be
thinking
4.
4. I'm thinking like
Yeah,
2-0
y'all-
or
yeah.
something.
What?
And
what's
even then,
probably
like, I
gonna-
wanted to see us keep a clean sheet as well.
Yeah, we've
Yeah, it
had
would be
2
nice.
goals given up a game, so they're gonna
Well,
on average they're gonna at least score 1.
But Fafana and Cucurella is back, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if
So,
Cucurella is
yeah.
going to play after
I think he
playing
will.
yesterday.
He's played,
Why?
yeah.
think
I
he
mean, we do, we do know that most teams do play their starting 11 twice in the week if they're in the European. So they play 92 games on 3 days of rest. So
Did Cucurella play 90 though? I think he played 90.
yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Most teams play their best players in Europe and then on the weekend. So Cucurella can do that with 3 days rest.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see Gusto and James out there because you know that both of them tend to pick up.
You don't want to see it, but
Exactly.
that's what we would see probably. Is the thing.
I genuinely believe Cucurella is starting on Sunday. And if anything, you give Gusto and James 45 minutes a pop. Plus, we still got Vega.
Or
It's not
60
like we
and
don't
30,
have
whatever you
a
want to
natural
Yeah,
left back as backup. So I
He just
would be
loves
against.
inverting that. He just loves inverting Gusto because of what he can do on the ball. But I think Cucurella is better as an inverted fullback just because of the way his positioning is just he's always seems to be in the right position where the ball is. Like he's not necessarily too far up when the ball is really high up, and he's not too far back when the ball is being progressed. So
Here's
it's
the
like
thing.
he just has a great understanding of where he needs to be. It's because that's his position is
Here's the
inverted fullback.
Here's the thing. People think I'm just thinking about this now, right? Remember, James and Gusto have had injuries already this season, right?
Mhm.
Cucurella hasn't. So he's more durable and able to play 90 plus 60. Remember, if Maresca now has the opportunity to rotate those 2 right backs in the right back position and manage their minutes, he's going to do so. So
I would hope so, right?
and against
But
the
just
opposition, Vega can play.
I
Plus, we
hope
got
so.
them next week.
I hope so. But he really, he insists. It feels like he insists on playing Gusto regardless on the scenario. That's kind of what I'm getting.
I think that he played it that way because Cucurella wasn't available.
Yeah.
I think
No, I understand that.
That
I understand that.
main-
But even
And he had to deal with the Salah.
We'll just
the
have to see.
Salah
We'll just
issue.
have to see. I'm just going based off of how first team, second team works for us.
Okay.
Normally, first team, second team is you play in the second team game. You're not playing in the first team game.
That
Like,
means
that's
Enzo
just-
doesn't start Sunday then.
We'll get
Yeah,
some
I-
probably.
that's
that
just
means
my
Vegas
assumption.
not going to play either. So
That's my assumption, bro. That's all I'm doing is I'm just making the assumption based off of how he's done it for the last few weeks of having midweek games. Those midweek guys, they don't normally start the next week.
Yeah, you're
that weekend.
100% right. I'm just viewing it as the perfect opportunity to manage 2 potentially injury prone. One is injury prone, one tends to pick up injuries over the course of a season in Gusto. It's just a perfect way to kind of manage their minutes and balance them, Plus, we still got Newcastle in the week next week.
and plus
I
Cucurella
agree.
absolutely did.
I don't
absolutely played out this
disagree with
model.
the logic behind it, right? I just based off of what he has done, that's what I'm assuming, right? Like that's when I'm assuming he's gonna do what he's done over the last few weeks in midweek games. That's it.
By the way, I just found out because I'm looking at Eddie Howe's press conference here because one of the reporters asked him, we have not scored an open play in 5 games in all comps. We've not scored an open play.
Does that include the Wimbledon game?
Yes, we scored a penalty at the 45th minute.
Oh, fuck off.
Horrible the whole game. Horrible the whole game.
my
God.
Absolutely useless.
Listen,
we were. Yeah.
knowing Sanchez, you might get the opportunity.
So that
You
could
probably
be one
get that
to think so.
opportunity, yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
thing,
get an
man.
opportunity against us. Yeah.
Have you
I'm not
noticed?
worried about
Yeah,
Charity
we'll probably
FC, but I'm
put a
worried
couple
about
past you,
Sanchez being a
but
charity
Sanchez,
case.
bro, man,
Yeah,
he
so
always
is.
gives one up.
Have you
Yeah.
noticed the latest tweak to the formation? He's playing the 2 pivot players as a pair. They move as a pair through every phase of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't
Well,
doing
that
that.
was in the last game specifically with Caicedo. It was more of a pivot with Caicedo and Lavia than it ever has been.
No,
this
they were moving up the field as a tandem in the Liverpool game. You could see him up the pitch.
Yeah, he's talking during transition. The whole team.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
There wasn't really a sitter. There wasn't really like a sitter.
Right.
They were both pretty progressive, is what you're saying.
So they played, they moved as a pair. And that's something that he's added in the last 2 games that we didn't see before that. Because before that, it was Enzo played more like an 8 and Caicedo, when we were actually playing.
And I think it's the wrong way to use Enzo still, but that's just me.
Did you see how Enzo was playing when he was deep yesterday?
Against the Greek team, he played like he was supposed to play. He looked like the player that we bought. That's what it is, bro. It's the same. It's like it's not rocket science with him, bro. Play him in the deepest lying position and have a runner next to him to be able to cover his legs. Not like rocket science. It really isn't.
And this is what I don't understand. And this is what I don't Big up, Daniel. And this is what I don't understand. If you're already inverting a fullback, right, to give you a bit more defensive stability, just put him beside Enzo, and help him with the first phase. If you want, let Caicedo bomb forward every now and then kind of sit in a half space role where you don't go too forward and you still help out defensively. Like that. This is what you got, Enzo Maresca.
Oh yeah, I'm jumping in on a hot topic. I have a question for you guys. Why do you think he doesn't use it?
When he gets pressed on the half turn, he's not good. That's why.
Yeah, but that's what the inverted fullback is for. I don't know how he doesn't see it yet.
It gives you that option. It gives you that option.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that doesn't reduce the fact that when he gets pressed, right, he loses the ball in those scenarios a lot of the times.
The inverted fullback is not gonna. That helps you in transition when they have the ball. It's not gonna help when he has the ball and he's getting pressed, right? Exactly. So it's that. So that's why, because when you think about it, there is no, Maresca is a guy who likes his team to combine a whole lot. There's no reason for him not to play Enzo there if he's not in terrible fear of his defensive weight. Now he did play against the Panathinaikos, and come on, they're not his level. Of course, he's going to dominate them and have that kind of freedom. But in a Premier League game, he has a lot of trepidation in playing him there. That's why he's playing him as a number 8, a lot further forward, because he doesn't want him in that area losing the ball.
To mitigate that issue,
I was about to say that, but that's kind of the other side of what an inverted fullback gives you. It gives you essentially another DM.
Another body to cover.
Exactly.
Yeah,
to mitigate Enzo.
You're thinking of it in the defensive aspect of it. He's not. Yeah, I'm not saying it on defensive aspect. I'm saying on the build up. Basically, unless you're having that fullback be the one to pick up the ball, which is what's the point in that? You're dropping Enzo that deep, so he can pick up the ball and build up play in those areas, right? Mm-hmm. He's not comfortable with that.
If you notice,
Maresca is not comfortable with saying, Enzo, I want you picking up the ball from the center back with 2 players pressing you. Like you watched the Liverpool game, and you saw how Lavio was getting pressed every time he was touching the ball in that area. He had to. You see him shifting, spinning guys, and you know what I mean. You have to do that because they're going to press the hell out of you. Why I always pause when people mention when Enzo first came in, and I say this with every new player we don't know who you are yet. We don't know how good you are on the ball. So when you watch those highlights, it's like he has 10, 15 seconds to make a move. Mm-hmm. They know how he is now. We're not giving you no more time, right? We're not. So when people go back to that, under Potter he was doing this. Yeah, the league didn't know who he was, so they let him do it. Now they know if you give him 10 seconds. He's going to switch it. He's going to diamond over the top, blah, blah, blah. Don't give him any time. Press the fuck out of him. And you see what happens when he gets pressed like that. He's going to lose it.
Yeah, even when he came on against Liverpool, they bodied the crap out of him.
They're not using the inverted fullback as a DM, if you haven't noticed. Cucurella was the furthest. He was further forward than both.
Yeah, he's more of an 8.
He was playing way up the pitch.
No, I'm saying
so that's what he's going to utilize them a little bit differently tactically, because now he's going to sit the two in the pivot next to each other, and he's going to allow the fullbacks to be the midfielders that get forward.
Yeah, basically a roaming midfielder.
So the last game, Vega was playing left center back. Cucurella was playing left back, and Disasi was playing right back. And Disasi really, bar a few times, didn't get up the pitch. So it was almost like we were building with 3 center backs. And then you had your 2. So it's a 3-2. And that's how I think he's going to continue to build. So it just depends if James is going to be the one that gets up the field, or he's going to start further back and allow it to progress once we get in the attack.
I think it'll just be game by game, Jester, depending on how he wants to build up, will be determined on how the midfield's positioned. That just seems to be the way that he moves this. Like the inverted fullback sometimes is wide, sometimes he comes inside, sometimes he goes up into the 10 areas. It's just based off of like how the midfield is really positioned on when they are set up. It's like depends on like if you have a single pivot or a double pivot. It depends on like there's plenty of like different like little things that like that he'll change with the fullback to be able to allow him to pick up the ball into spaces to connect. He is the connector, though, is what you're saying. He, in essence, is what that fullback ends up being, is the connector between the pivot. And also, he's supposed to help inside. He's supposed to help inside with the winger, so the winger has the outside lane. Like that's supposed to be like how it's supposed to be set up. But
well, like I said, if they're going to sit there and have 2 in the pivot, and they're going to use the fullbacks higher up the pitch, which is fine because now you've got 4 midfielders basically in build up in a box. You have a 4-man box in the midfield, and that means you have 4 to their 3. And I think that's
I would
transitional options.
You see, I've seen every variation of what he's trying to do. And I like the variation of, I'm going to push the fullback next to the number 10 and have that in that situation. But I think it's the wrong guy. I've always thought it's the wrong guy. If you're going to do that, it should be Reese James. If you're going to have – because Gusto next to – y'all saw the position Gusto was picking up when he played against Liverpool. This motherfucker was an 8/10 picking up. I don't want you in those spots.
I know, but here's the problem, bro. Is like we're so weary of Reese James's legs that you can't have him going up and down like that.
He's not going up and down.
Like
he would in essence be box to box is what you're asking him to do.
Yeah.
Not necessarily box to box.
At this current moment,
here's my thing though. Here's my thing.
And I'm not saying eventually that should be the case. You're right, but like at this current moment, like he's doing what's right for Reese James's health. Like, and I totally
and that's fine. I respect that. If you want to play Reese James as the right center back, that's cool with me. But he's the only one out of all the fullbacks who can play in that spot.
I would disagree. Vega.
I don't Gusto. No, Vega cannot play that far.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. No, he can't.
His ball striking and his passing.
No, he can't.
Is very good.
He would have to prove it. Because from what I've seen, I ain't seen a player that can go back and forth and do it. Nah, I don't see that.
Right, but I'm saying that he has a skill set
technically
to strike a ball and make a pass in the final third, just like Reese James. Maybe to not that level, but we haven't seen somebody with a left foot at that position since Marcus Alonso.
I hear that, but he also like Reese James is agile as hell, even though he's big.
Yeah,
like, he can get out of tight spaces. He can combine in tight spaces and move. And there's things that he does in the attacking phase that I can't even compare that to Vega. Like, big up to him. Like, he's doing but nah, it's not even. To me, he's really the because Gusto is technically better than a lot of them, but he can't play in that role. He just can't.
He's just not. His final product isn't good enough. That's the problem with him. The final product.
He just doesn't have the IQ for that, for the forward spots. Like, he was so much better when it's like, yo, you overlap, you get crosses in, you combine with the right mid or the right winger and do those kind of things. Beautiful. But when you're coming off the left, because you want Palm off the right. When you're coming off the left and you're cutting in, you're taking shots with your left foot, you're crossing with your left. It's nasty work, man. I don't like it.
Well,
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying, like, for right now, with the options that we have, like, he is the most technical in those areas, to say the least. Like, he would be the most technical of those players. To me, IQ-wise, Cucurella is the best person for that position because I don't think it should be. You should be a player that's going like into the box. I think you should be a player that's playing almost midfield, like CM level midfield, box to box level midfield. So like, Cucurella is
Jimmy,
one, in my opinion,
Joey,
with that type of like,
Joey, when he plays Cucurella and Cucurella is inverting, right? He doesn't push Cucurella way forward and bring and drops Enzo back because we're talking about if you play those two guys, if you play like the double pivot and those guys basically stay in that area, blah blah blah, and you move the fullback forward. When Cucurella plays, Enzo is the one playing as the 8-10, pushing up and doing all those things, and that's why Cucurella looks so good because he's playing his role. He's playing as the center, basically the inverted center mid, doing and combining there. But if you want to switch it up now and say, yo, Cucurella, you have to be the one bombing forward into the box and doing those things, I don't think he looks the same.
He did. He just did it.
Panantiago.
I mean,
that's cool, but that's cool, but that's like come on, to me against teams like that, I don't care where you play. Come on, man, it's a practice game. It's bullshit. I don't count that.
Yeah, how many times have Chelsea gone in Europe to away where we should have won and lost? Like you act like it's never happened.
In one competition.
It doesn't matter. I said in Europe.
What do you mean? I just literally said the Conference League. You're saying in Europe.
Ding, ding, ding.
It kind of does.
I just said the Conference League. You're saying in Europe. Panathinaikos is 7th in their league.
This level is you can't.
Hold on. Panathinaikos is
level.
6th or 7th in the league. That's not even top 8. You don't compare that to when we're going out in the Champions League away to Porto and these guys. It's not the same.
Yep.
Okay, but again, it's not as easy as you think. They still get paid. It's not like they have nothing but scrubs on it. They had some.
Can I change the subject real quick? Because you guys sparked something in my head. When Enzo Maresca said he's like the reporters asked him about how our club is like our team is like a Champions League level club, and then he goes, then why aren't we in the Champions League? Like, that was like the most ruthless shit you could say.
Dumb questions deserve dumb answers.
No, but that's not even a dumb answer, bro.
Stop. Can I get a mod to ban CFC fan 1, please?
CFC fan.
CFC who?
Oh yeah. Cool. No worries. I get it. Yeah, no worries, bro. Got you.
God damn. That's all I gotta say about that.
No,
have you guys
heard about he's had to deal with that racist narrative for a minute. I understand.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Regarding Maresca's comments, like, what do you expect? We didn't play well enough to meet Europa League standards or our Champions League standards last season, so we just gotta play who's in front of us and beat who's in front of us if that's the case.
Does it not feel like a sly dig to Pochettino, though?
Of course.
I don't.
Anybody
Fuck you,
dude. The players have been doing it.
Like run the players into the ground.
When Maresca interviews slide digs at Pochettino.
Listen, when Maresca said that he watched every game last season, I believe him because I believe he hates Poch as much as we do. Like that's what I'm saying, bro.
And you was happy to see the back of Gallagher, Sterling, and Chilwell. I'm here for it.
I don't believe that, man. Come on. You watched every game.
Hey, at least y'all don't have to deal with him anymore.
That's like LeBron. Remember when LeBron had that book?
Oh yeah, sorry, Justice.
Come on, man.
Nah,
you like cap it.
I'm still here, Justice.
Nah, bro. I believe him.
I mean, our overseas fans.
Typical Poch-ino wants the Poch agenda to stop. Disgracia.
I already been said if there's no Poch hater on this earth, it's because I'm dead, bro.
Facts,
I
man.
already said it.
Live and die
I've
by
already
that.
said it, bro.
Real shit.
This man was a terrorist.
This man tried to kill our football club. I will slander him every opportunity I get, man. I'll move like 22, 23 Haaland with this shit.
Genuinely, the only one worse than
2012 Messi, everything. Shoot, score.
Ten Hag is the only one worse than Poch right now.
Yeah, probably.
Listen, I said that Lewis really hates this guy. I just don't feel the same level of hate. The only manager I've hated to that level was that fat Spanish waiter that was our fault. I hated him. I don't care if he won. I don't care what he won.
Blame you either, bro.
Yeah,
when we hired him
for life,
Daniel, when we hired him, I was the most livid about my club that I've
couldn't
ever been
believe
in
we
my
did that.
entire life. I
It
couldn't
was
believe
straight off
it.
Mateo too.
I literally
it was the
couldn't
most
believe
confusing thing I ever felt. I was so mad.
Yep.
No, actually, the worst one was Lampard because the whole fan base fucked
that's
him
for
off
you.
and it was garbage.
But
His second
for
appointment.
me, a
his
regular
second
person,
appointment.
Try seeing a rival manager in our dugout.
a rival manager who hated us and talked shit about us every chance he got.
Yeah. Every win was like tainted with sadness.
The only
For me,
other manager I hated
coke
this
on the
much.
bench, I would be cool with it.
The only other manager I hate this much is Simeone.
Oh yeah, just restyle the play.
I respect Lampard. The player.
I love
everyone else to me.
Simeone.
Okay, at least he knows what he is.
Bro, Simeone is a terrorist to football.
He has to
this
be.
man is the most expensive
Oh,
coach in the world right
but
now.
he's
has to
Simeone.
You see those
Think about it,
monsters
bro.
he's going
I
against
hate that
every
man,
year?
bro.
Think about it, though.
Bro, I would
Think
love-
about it. Think about Simeone, though, for just a second. He's going against the styles of Barcelona and Real Madrid. The only way he competes to that level is the haram football that he plays. Like,
not anymore,
plain
bro.
and
That
simple.
shit's old school now.
Hey,
It
I
was
listen.
fun.
Hold on.
It was fun
I-
when he just came on the
I
scene.
don't
Don't get me wrong.
disagree with
Don't
you.
get me wrong.
I don't
It was
disagree.
I
fun.
feel like with I feel like with Atletico Madrid with lately over the past like 2 seasons, Atletico Madrid's problem in some games they're way too conservative, particularly away from home. Their problem is Simeone.
Let's be real. That's not the problem. The
Yeah.
problem.
No, I'm getting to that.
No. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Let
me see if he hits the nail on the head.
What I'm saying is that Simeone wants to get more up the pitch and wants to play more expansive and on the front foot. But then the problem is what they've relied on over all these years is the defense is lacking now, particularly away from home. Their away record.
Well, they've
since
kept
the
everybody.
If you go through the Atletico Madrid team over the past 3 seasons, their players do not match their style of play.
Right.
At all. And that's the biggest issue. And for a coach, that's the most expensive coach in the world that cannot adapt or adjust to that. That's a big issue for me.
He's trying. It's not even that. He's trying to adapt, but then he always is like, should I go more? And then if there's a bad
For me,
result,
here's the problem
you
with that,
adapt
Steve.
if you
You
win
keep saying
with it.
he's trying
Can
to
I-
adapt,
okay, can
but then
I-
he had
can I
these
respond to
Spanish midfielders. He had Artur Veerman. He had all these technical midfielders that he
Technically
could have
gifted.
played, and he didn't.
he's
Okay,
indecisive.
like he didn't. He had technical midfielders that then what did he do this year? He went and got Conor Gallagher. So
Right.
he
Listen,
doubled
hold
And
on,
that's
hold
why I love him. And that's why I love Simeone.
They are
Because
only
he's Gallagher out of this club.
Bro,
There
you
are
only
two
adapt
things.
and
There are
work.
2 things that always made him great, right? Yes, his coaching, all that, but he always had probably a top 3 striker in the world on his team, always, right? And his back line was always one of the best in the world. Those 2 things were always set.
Goalkeeper as well.
We got the best. We got a
Very
top
good
3
goalkeeper,
keeper.
yeah.
We have a best back line, and my striker is one of the best in the world, right? When every time he has that, he does something, right? He plays the same
but
way
he
every
always
year.
makes those strikers.
He didn't.
It's
No,
a
he
big
ain't
thing,
making.
Daniel.
That's the problem when people are thinking he ain't making them.
No, he didn't.
He ain't making them.
He didn't. He didn't. You ought to
They're
be.
just
Y'all are
who they.
You
They're just
know-
who they are. He had excellent talent ID to be able to know.
Correct.
listen,
Correct.
Go buy this guy. Go buy this guy, and he probably still does with someone like a Mudryk, right? Because he's killing it where he is. Big up to him. However, things are different now, right? Now he's what I'm seeing is that he is trying to play this style of play and change the way he plays in certain ways. He's conflicted because he likes players like Gallagher in his midfield. His midfield didn't fucking matter ever. No one really cared about cocaine. These guys, they were cool, but they couldn't compare to Barcelona's or Real Madrid's or even ours, right? What made them was that front line: Forlan, Torres, Guerrero, Costa. You know what I'm saying? When
Griezmann.
Suarez went there, they finally won. Griezmann was getting
Suarez.
top 3 Ballon d'Or.
Remember
He won the title with Suarez.
Steve
all those
violated
players
his
you
spot.
pulled, all those players
You
you,
wanna
you
talk like-
mentioned, he didn't. Like you said, he didn't build them. He plucked
didn't
them
build
when
them.
when they were at their prime at their previous
I
club,
thought we were talking
barring
about Chelsea.
Suarez and maybe Memphis.
Another big problem that Simeone is having this season is he has an abundance of forwards. Some can play wing, but then he always likes having the two up top. And
Bro,
a lot of
man...
so some of their games is 4-3-3. Some of it is the classic 3-5-2 or 3-4-1-2, however you want to see it. He's switching in between.
I've seen this man have Surloff, Alvarez, and
Griezmann.
And this man drops Alvarez, puts Surloff up front, and another striker is slipping me and plays a 4-4-2. I'm like, what are you doing? Use these players for their best attribute. Have them express themselves.
That's not your vibe, buddy.
He's playing like 10 years ago, bro. It's annoying.
That's not his.
So if you look at their lineup, on what was it, Tuesday or Wednesday when they played Lille at home, 4-3-3. They played Griezmann on the right, Surloff in the middle, and Julian Alvarez on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And then the midfield three of Rodrigo de Paul, Koke, Gallagher, Molina at right back, Javi Galan left, and Jose Maria Jimenez, Witzel, Oblak. But then if you go to the game against Leganés, he's playing 4-3-1-2. And then the previous game, it's this is the thing. He's switching up. And then the game before that, away to Real Sociedad, it's 5-4-1.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like he just doesn't.
So he's switching up he's switching up personnel
because he's trying to be like these young coaches, and that's where you mess up.
Exactly.
Ancelotti is not trying to be like these young coaches. And every year,
he knows
every year people say, yo, they play the worst football, they do this. In the end of the year, they won the league? Oh, okay. Oh, they won the Champions League. Oh shit. Like he don't change the way he plays. He's not trying to be like these young guys. Simeone is fucking up. Just be yourself.
Exactly.
Do you guys think? Oh, sorry. Go on, bro. My bad. Go on.
Yeah, I'll let you go after this. My issue regarding, I'm never going to argue that he's not a winner because he took Atletico to a place they could only dream of. If you know La Liga, Atletico were no one until Simeone stepped in. But at some point, with the amount of money spent, the amount of money they spent on the manager, the football gotta be better. And they gotta start picking up results. Right now, it should have been at that point where Atletico is competing for their first UCL title. They had the run, and Simeone messed up on a couple of the subs when they were in the final against the Real Madrids a couple of times.
2015, 2014.
Correct. You could argue, yes, Madrid has that aura in Champions League, but Simeone messed up in certain tactical decisions. Him himself held himself back. But at this point, I don't see why Atletico shouldn't be one of the names competing for the Champions League. And for me, that's on the coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
think about it. There's no guaranteed right? Since Barcelona won it with those three with Neymar.
That and them bottling 2014.
They haven't gotten close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
they've had good teams, modern styles and all of that, but they haven't. They might win it now because they have.
I mean, bro, after that era, they've been going through. They've been trying to do this whole rebuilding thing for a minute, dude.
And they've had a shit show of coaches.
That still goes back to what I'm saying. Xavi was a great coach. Xavi was an elite coach. Let's not disrespect Xavi.
He didn't make it far in the UCL, bro. For a club like Barcelona, for him to be elite.
Xavi was never meant to be the guy that was going to win them the major titles. He was the guy before the guy, and for the job that he did fine, bro.
He won major titles.
Yeah, he won a
Barcelona though.
He won a major title.
Just title.
Yeah. I'm not arguing with what he won. For Barcelona, he had to bring up a UCL to be considered elite.
No way. With that
Barcelona, Xavi.
With that team?
Come on, bro. Hey, but that's what I'm saying.
Not with that team. No.
I'm not.
Way too early.
Everybody knows that the only reason why we're looking at Barcelona right now and we're saying, yo, they might do something crazy, it's because of that young guy that they have. Combined with everything else.
Yeah.
Right? Yamal has to step up and it's like, okay, now once again, Barcelona has probably one of the best players or the best player in the world. They get into that level again. Now we can win a Champions League. Before, like, you have to have what we did was abnormal. You have to have a player like that to really challenge on a regular basis. You can't get an Atletico Madrid when they don't have any. I don't think they even have a top 10 player on the entire team.
You do realize that the entire Barcelona squad, Xavi had, right? And he went stale for Xavi last season, is what I'm saying. So if for me, if Barcelona win the Champions League this year, I wouldn't be surprised because Hansi Flick, I regard as a high class.
They're playing
coach.
a totally different style now, though.
And they're playing a whole different style of football because the coach is making it work with what he has. The coach is embedding these younger players. So that's why I'm saying it all goes back to the coach.
Is elite.
Yeah. He's elite. Yeah, he's elite coach.
No, hold on. Okay, first of all, I genuinely feel like if Xavi was still there, they'll be doing something similar. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah.
I feel like Xavi was still there. I think the improvement.
You know what the difference?
I think the improvement. Hold on, the return of Pedri and the improvement that you've seen from Yamal, right? And we're almost coming into that team that they didn't have last year. They will be doing something similar on Xavi.
You know what?
Sorry, they would.
So how do you explain the resurgence of Rafinha and Lewandowski?
Rafinha was playing well last year.
No, he wasn't.
He was inconsistent last year. There were some very good games. There were some stand-up games from Rafinha last year, no doubt. But then the next game, he wasn't playing at that level.
Like right now, he's playing to. Oh, I'm one of the best in the world. Big up. But he wasn't bad last year. Like y'all. He
was a 6 out of 10.
That was Yamal's breakout year.
Right. But that's the difference though. Rafinha has made the left wing because you fit Lamine Yamal on the right. Rafinha has bullied his way into that 11 on the left. Similar to it's similar to Pulisic at Milan. He's best on the left for me, but because Leao is there, it's like, all right, we're gonna have to move you out right. But guess what? He's performing out of position. Rafinha.
You guys are giving this credit to Flick when I give the credit to Rafinha by changing his.
I give credit, of course.
And becoming. But that's not
something
Xavi had last year.
You know what the biggest difference between Xavi and Flick is? Look at the press conferences. Look. Xavi would get rattled by when the pressure was on. Xavi sometimes would be like, he wasn't
defensive.
He would
Dude,
struggle
even
sometimes with the pressure.
even in games, bro, like against PSG, you're a man down. How are you gonna get a red card? Like how do you think that's gonna help the mentality of your team?
And with Hansi Flick,
who's got the red? It was Araujo, wasn't it? Yeah, what
did
he to like errors like that?
Do you guys not remember?
But then Xavi also got a red for literally like losing his mind on the sideline like shortly after that.
Mid-season, they were talking about him leaving at the end of the season. Then they came back and said, "Oh, Xavi's going nowhere." And at the end of the season,
violent. And listen, Xavi obviously, he has a crazy amount of pride. Like not only am I a legend at this club, I've won a league title. Give me a break.
And
what I would say, but I feel him though.
What I would say to that though is that the passion and the love for the club that can sometimes be very good because you can teach the new up and coming youngsters from La Masia, teach them about the club and how you conduct yourself. But sometimes this is the thing that for me, biggest difference between Xavi and Flick is off the pitch. It's the way they conduct themselves because Hansi Flick's been there, done that with Bayern München. You got to think about it like this. Xavi was he was at Al Sadd, and he's going straight to Barcelona, his boyhood club, and he's responsible for trying to have Barcelona standards with a Barcelona team that was going, financial trouble and, young players coming in and out. What it was is Xavi was a stopgap because it was someone familiar.
Sure,
but now they saw the opportunity. They saw the opportunity to get Hansi Flick in, who proved himself emphatically at Bayern München. The Germany thing clearly was a Germany problem because look at the squad then and look at it now. There are more players for all these positions. Flick knows he doesn't have any emotional connection with Bayern or with Barcelona. He's just doing his job. So where Xavi would get emotional and defend his club, Vizca Barska vibe, Flick. Yeah, he'll defend but he's not letting that affect him off the pitch.
Yeah.
And that translates onto the players. If your boss at work is freaking out and he's not calm, cool, and composed in difficult situations versus a guy that's done it before at a similar big club, that makes a big difference. It really does.
Okay. I mean,
I don't think Xavi's a bad coach. I don't think Xavi's a bad coach.
I'm not going to discredit him, but
Xavi
if you win the league conceding 20 goals and scoring 70, that's crazy.
That's outstanding. But the thing is, the second season, when things weren't going quite right, he folded a bit.
He finished second.
Now it's not. Huh?
He finished second.
Yeah, but they also got eliminated by Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa League because they didn't get out of the Champions League group.
That's true. But that happened.
If I had to grade Xavi on his time at Barcelona, I'm giving him for considering that's his second club he's ever managed. Al Sadd in Qatar was the other one. That's a fucking gigantic step up. Give him a solid 7.5.
No, that's a what?
Solid.
You wouldn't.
Last point on this because the chat is getting that. See, they tired of
I'll switch the super chats after that.
Last point on this. The reason why I cannot give him an elite status level at Barcelona is because of the player who he is and who he won and who they kind of wanted him to be as that club legend, as the manager. He was touted to win, bro. He was touted to win every trophy as a manager for Barcelona, and all he really brought home was the league title. So because of that aspect, that's why I can't.
All right. Okay.
We just
shout out to Mo. Big up my guy, saying it would be nice to see Mudryk, Neto, and Felix start against Newcastle. I mean, the cup game. I don't expect to see exactly. There's no point to make too many rotations, especially with a Thursday, Sunday, and like the first team attackers weren't bad enough at Newcastle to a point where we should even consider dropping any of them, in my opinion. But big up to you anyway. Taron says Newcastle are not doing great, but Chelsea better be careful. Going to be an interesting watch. Of course, don't underestimate them, but the way Newcastle are entering this game, we must win. It's as simple as that. We must win. And if we don't win it, it's a really embarrassing result from us. CNAC's got a question. He says, if Isak's up for sale next summer and Jackson scores 20+ goals this season, do you still go for Isak or ride it out with Nico and go a different route?
Nico. Bro, by the way, I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize, bro, dude. It's Nico and it's not even a question. I didn't even realize. I saw this last night with the whole Nico thing because I see Pies talking about 20+ goals. Do you know how rare it is for strikers in the Premier League to score 20+ goals with no pens?
That's a good point.
Isak last season, Isak got 21, 5 of those pens. Even Costa, his 20-goal season, 1 pen. It took him a penalty to get to 20. I think
Palmer took 11 pens last season, so that would have been like a 23-goal season. I think he got 14 last season, non-penalties in the league.
Something like that. I think Drogba, his 2 20-goal seasons, I think only one of those was without pens. Like, do you know how nuts that is?
Yeah.
Like, people expecting him to get 20 goals. Like, that made me realize when I saw that last night. I'm not expecting Jackson to get 20+ goals. Like, you get me 17, 18, that's calm.
Are you talking all comps or just Prem?
No, just the Prem.
Just the Prem.
My only problem with Jackson is he tends to have bozo moments. Getting yellow cards for stupid shit that could cost us.
He's just hot-headed, bro. He's been hot-headed.
It doesn't matter. You're also an adult and a professional.
True.
Okay. Francisco
my thing is he's shown he can compose himself. That like you got 9 yellow cards last season and then kept it done until May. Didn't get a single one.
I thought he was going to be out for this game, but I was counting.
Only 3 yellows.
It's the fact that we know that Jackson can hold his composure. Remember when he was on that just the board off the yellows for the almost the entirety of last season and he didn't pick up another yellow? It's the fact that we know that he can hold his composure and he doesn't.
Those last 5 games, he was just a calmest to the dude. He didn't get upset about nothing.
That's my
if he knew one card would take him out, get him out like I think two games at that point because he had so many yellows.
No, but that's the thing. So I was bringing up Conceição on the basis of Francisco Conceição at Porto, talented undoubtedly. Same thing with Jackson, but what the thing is when you're a young player like that breaking into a Porto or a Chelsea is that you have a backup. If you get a red card for fucking a silly red card or you're talking shit to the ref just losing your mind, then you're out for a few games. And what if that guy comes in and takes your spot? Right. It's gonna affect. So this is it's some guys are just hotheads, but they got to learn somehow to like Diego Costa. I think he worked on his discipline. For me, like in that season that y'all won the title, did he have a red card?
No, he never had a red card in the league for us. He got one in the FA Cup. He had a habit of getting suspensions after games.
Yeah.
That's my only thing is you because the biggest thing with the strikers, you have to be composed. That's how you finish properly. And if you're showing no composure in certain situations, that still gives pause for the powers that be in the club to go, okay, is this the guy? Because if he's not showing composure and picking up stupid yellow cards, what is he going to do in a crucial match one-on-one with the goalkeeper? Is his composure going to be there? That's a thinking that goes through the people above Maresca, right? So that's why we've still been linked to strikers. It's not going to be Victor Osimhen, by the way, folks. If we bring another striker in, it's going to be somebody in the same profile as a Omaradian or a Duran, which means a younger striker, not yet proven. That's going to be a profile we bring in.
So not Victor Gyökeres.
And there's not going to be Victor Gyökeres either.
Yeah.
I would love Gyökeres.
But it's not going to be.
I'm trying to think who would be in that ilk.
I think Boniface.
Not enough games.
These
not
those celebrations at the bridge, bro.
Boniface is awesome.
Not enough
bro,
games,
bro. Those celebrations at the bridge.
Steve. I need at least a 20-game sample size before I can start pulling up data and shit. Like other than that, until then,
from who?
Just any of these young strikers that are out there. Okay. Like that's how I until. Because they're gonna look at data, bro. I can literally go into the data and be like, I bet you we look at this kid. I bet you we look at this kid, and I bet you we look at this kid. And it's not been wrong so far for the most part. So, all you have to do is look at the data on the type of striker that they're gonna be looking for this upcoming year that is gonna be available for sale. That's just. And probably a smaller club. That's what you're gonna have to look at.
At this point, I'm finished. I'm done doubting the scouts. They're proving me wrong on so many occasions. Yeah, whoever they bring in, I'm supporting.
Yep. No, you don't doubt the scouts. I still doubt when Stanley and Stewart, because you're supposed to sign him.
True.
Yeah, I'm okay with the people like Duran. I love John Duran. I think he's a brilliant footballer. He can strike the hell out of the ball. But you do that when you're subbed off. I understand why they said nah. Because it's a team sport. And if you want to be a me guy, well, okay.
They said
Gallagher moved the other way, fell through.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff.
It would have happened if Gallagher signed a contract for Villa.
Yep.
That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. That's the kind of reaction I'd expect from a guy like Ibrahimovic or Haaland. That just shows me you have an ego, which is good.
You have to have an ego.
As long as you don't go too far with it, it's good. I don't care. That just shows me you're hungry. And if you're hungry, cool.
Yeah, there's bad ego, and then there's just self-belief. That's just it. I don't know.
We've seen the likes of Mane and Salah and that do that. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. If he wants
to that though for you,
to be fair, Mane did punch his teammate though.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure he was giving them hell behind the scenes in Liverpool, but he was just so good that it didn't matter. Now, if you're that good, I guess it's maybe the scouts didn't think
you put up with it
that good yet. So are we going to put up with someone who has that level of an ego when you should be coming off the bench for freaking Jackson? But if you come here, you feel like, nah, I should be starting. You see how I'm finishing the ball and all that. It might be a problem. I'm not saying that's who he is. I'm just saying that it could be a possibility of that, where it's people will take it if you're that good. They'll figure out ways handle it. But if you're not that good, then what's the point?
For me,
you ain't worth the risk. Yeah.
The only players we should be.
They didn't know he was going to be this good, so they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
We don't need any more offensive players. Our offense is not the issue. It's defensively.
Yeah.
So we do have a kid sitting down in Argentina who's balling out right now.
And Sumina.
Yeah.
Joke. But I don't think he'll come till the summertime. But if any movement in January, I just care about center backs. I don't want to hear about bringing any more attackers because I don't think the attack is our issue. It's the center backs that have been the issue this year, for the most part, and the goalkeeper. But we have 9 goalkeepers on the payroll. We're not going to go get another one.
No,
but to see that, just for your question, probably not. But depending on price tag, maybe you experiment.
They probably not just because of price tag is really my question.
It's still going to be close to 100 million
plus, rather than understudy.
Yeah,
basically.
He's not going to play right center back. He might play the right back position that holds more than goes forward, but he's not going to play right center back or Reese James.
I think it means right centre back in possession because we usually try to build up.
Right.
Shift 3.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But it's not.
Right. Yeah, he knows what Mac knows what he's talking about, though. You don't need to question what he's talking about.
He's playing right centre back to help with building his fitness slowly. If everything's perfect, he'll progress further up the pitch as the hamstring gets stronger. I think it means more like responsibility to go forward as the games go, and obviously he'll get full 90s as well with that.
To do that.
If what?
I mean, I think that would be the next level, right? When you can switch in game, where like few times you let Cucurella invert and he go forward. A few times in the game you let Reese do that. That's when you become like unpredictable because you don't know when Reese is going to go into midfield.
Well, he needs to lose some weight.
I know it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
He needs to lose some of that muscle. That's what's killing him.
He did lean out a bit.
Look, it doesn't have to be fat, folks. It could be you're too heavily muscle in areas and you're putting too much strain on your connective tissues. And if you're running that much, you want lean muscle. You don't want bulky muscle.
The problem with losing muscle is that you can't really target where you lose muscle.
You actually can't.
You can't. No, you can't.
Yes, you can with the proper training.
You can't. You can't target like, and you can't do that over the course of a summer or like, because you have to.
Wait, how would you do that?
Once you've lost your like all your fat reserves and you're going into muscle, you can't pick where it's gonna take those reserves from. You just can't.
So how do you build muscle in certain muscle groups and not others?
You work that muscle.
Oh, there you go. So you work those muscles differently instead of getting in the weight room and lifting.
So you think he's going to let his entire body atrophy, right?
That's not what I said.
So what is he like? So what are you saying?
There's different exercises you can do to build lean muscle. And a lot of it
to build lean muscle.
Not being in the damn weight room.
Muscle.
I said a lot of it. You don't need. He doesn't need to be doing squats in the freaking weight room.
No, I hear that. I'm
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure he's doing less and less of that. But the fact that he's been doing squats and building those muscles for 8 years, he's not gonna lose that muscle over the course of a summer, over the course of a year or 2 years or 3 years.
Yes, he will.
Okay.
If you go back,
all right, I'm gonna get back to work, guys.
All right, later, brother.
Big up, man.
There was an interesting thing that a great American footballer named Lynn Swan did. He went and worked out with the ballet to avoid to change his body type and to avoid the injuries like that, to be more flexible, right? So you can convert your body if you work hard enough at it. And if Reese wants to have a long career, he is going to have to change the way his diet and the way he trains his body, because the way he's doing it right now is just going to be more injuries down the path.
But can we recognize that those are different things though? Like him getting more flexible and stretching and doing yoga and doing things that will increase the elasticity of his muscles is different from he has to lose those muscles. That's extremely hard because he's been working out as an athlete and doing things to increase his muscle mass for several years. You're not going to lose that. It's almost impossible to say lose 20% of that over the course of a year or 2 years or even 3 years while he's still being an athlete, still working out, still doing other things that he has to do to keep in shape.
You can change the muscle though. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a bulky muscle. You can.
He can, but we're talking about him losing weight and losing that's extremely hard to do.
Yo, your mic's breaking up.
Oh shit!
Oh,
yo, Alex, your mic is bugging, bro.
He's not an IT guy.
His hamstring.
Yeah, no.
There are times that there are times that people even have to like train to change the way that they run to not get injured as much. Like stuff like that happens, bro.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be up to Reese to like.
You notice why like this is why like especially for like football players. All your training has to do with your legs, right? A lot of it. So even if he says, you know what, I'm not gonna, do squats and do all these things. The fact that he's built up so much muscle over these years, it's not something that he's gonna be able to get rid of, even if he's dedicated to getting rid of it in a year or 2 years or even 3. Like, that's difficult because he still has to practice, right? He starts to run every day. He has to do all those different things to keep in shape. There's no way.
So you're saying like, are you saying like maybe genetically that's just the kind of build that he is, and it's really
it's part genetically, but it's also part. Yeah. You can tell he's been working at it, right? Like, you can tell he has been doing squats. He has been working on his muscles to get bulkier and everything. Like, and he's developed those. When I saw the difference in Reese when he first came in, and he was injured then too with the same kind of injuries, but when he first came in, he was just like a lot slimmer in his upper body, right? But Reese always had that. Reese always had that pause. You know what I mean? That thick thighs. He always had. It was always there.
So instead of running, he should get in the swimming pool and swim laps. That will take.
You gotta practice with the ball with other players. Like, that's running.
I'm saying running just for the sake of being in shape. You could do those things. You could swim. Swimming, your legs don't take pounding. It doesn't, because you're not pounding in the ground. Okay? You're still going to build muscle. You're still going to be in better shape than any laps you can ever run. Okay?
I don't disagree with you. I'm not even saying he's not going to lose some muscle, right? But the muscle that he's not going to be able to lose as much as we think, even doing that.
Well, look, he's a great player. He's one of the best talents in the world at his position. We want him on the pitch. Something has to change. I
know, but sometimes for certain guys, it just doesn't. Like, Ledley King was one, and he listened to his interviews, and he tried everything. Sometimes it's just, let's see what happens now and what he's worked on. But for some players, it's just unfortunate. It's like there's nothing they can do.
What? Then I guess we have to move on then. Because
you got to move on. Why we got to move on?
Well, because you can't continue to have an injury-plagued player on your team year in, year out, taking a roster spot. It's about Chelsea Football Club, not the players on the club.
I mean, yeah, you can, as long as you don't pay him what you're
paying him. You can't, because he's the highest paid player on the team.
I said as long as you're not paying
captain
him what
as
you're
well.
Paying him.
Yeah,
captain as well.
Captain.
Yeah, that's true.
He is your club captain, right? Reese
Yes.
James?
Yeah, he's our captain.
Okay.
I don't blame you for not remembering.
Okay.
And
I think since he was captain, he's only captain like a handful of games too.
And the other person on their team that consistently has been injured in his career is built just like Reese James. 100%. Romeo Lavia, who's missed over half of his games in his professional career.
I mean, that's a. I would not say that's showing the full picture, saying he's missed half the games he has in his career when his career has been like 2 seasons. And one of those was because of our previous manager. In fact, his injury was because of our previous manager. Like, that's a bit of a... It's not telling the full story.
Well, wasn't that
you can't.
No, he'd had one injury before we bought him, which was pretty much when he joined Southampton. He didn't get injured the entire season. Last season, the season at Southampton.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. It would be for me. I wouldn't make an assumption about Lavia. Like, yeah, you can look at like his short sample size and be like, we're worried about X, Y, and Z. But he has
much better.
You be justified to be worried. Let's see how it pans out for him.
What player are y'all talking about?
What he does.
Reese.
Lavia now.
I compared the two body types together. Reese and Lavia had the same basically build and body type.
Yeah. But originally we were talking about Reese losing weight and losing muscle and how hard that is going to be for him to lose muscle in his legs.
So for example, I'm cut the last part of it. First of all, I'm not a physician either. I'm just telling you what I know. As a rehab, if you're doing it a specific way, I think Jester was saying specific group muscles, which is the lean muscle, not the main muscle, which is correct. The problem to train those lean muscles, you cannot train them without main muscle. Does it make sense? For example, how you do the to do the lean muscles, you do the lighter weight or some kind of specific machine that actually helps to avoid it. For example, why the therapy in the pool is the best, one of the best considered, because you don't use the heavy weight of your of the plus when you do underwater, you do those lean group of muscles. It depends on the actual biology of the person. Reese James could be a stocky person, but that could be not the reason that he constantly gets re-injured. That could be his, like, how you say it, like the way his body works. For example, another thing, how does muscle work? Hamstring is usually it becomes injury when you take off speed, right? Or you overexhausted and your muscles does not react to the body. So the way the muscle works, you send the signal from your brain, which is neural signal, to your muscle, right? Sometimes it happens in a not coordinated way. You send the signal, but the signal to the muscle reacts either quicker or slower. That's how you doing it. That's why older people get injured more than younger, because that path, neurological path between brain and the muscle. Did you heard of a term? Your brain thinks you can do one thing, but when you're older, your body cannot do it, but you think that you can. That's exactly the reason why could be James suffering from that. And another thing, I saw somebody said that warm weather is the hoax. No, it's not. This is not a hoax. James could be actually feeling better playing in a warmer weather. That
oh really?
Yeah.
Yes, that's not a hoax.
That gets stiffer if it's colder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's harder. Everybody feels better playing in warmer weather. Yeah.
Explain that. Explain that one. I'm trying to figure.
No. For example, in a warm,
it takes faster for your muscles to warm up when it's time to play.
Is it to do with the blood
tissue?
It does actually. Good call. It actually does with the blood. You thinner the blood becomes, or how you say it. Usually the weather and the warmer weather climates are usually the more how you say it, moist, or how you call
it. Isn't it? Because it can pump blood. It can go around the body quicker.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it gets the muscles quicker, so they warm up quicker, so they become more
not
elastic.
Warm up. It's not cool off. For example, when you play in England, you all warm up after one sprint. 15 like 5 minutes of somebody got injured, you have to wait on the sideline. All of a sudden, your body is cool. And you already muscles become stiff, you know what I'm saying? So that's not a hoax. Sinac, exactly.
They go to Florida.
In America. Okay.
Yep.
So it's not actually, Jester is not wrong, and Daniel is not wrong. It's just the problem is how to make sure that those lean muscles, when you work them, you do not work the main muscles, the other group muscles, because how you your brain literally cannot determine which one you need to use when. At sometimes you have to imply something physically for the lean muscles to work more, and yoga is one of the best way to do the thing, because you do not. For example, I know Daniel's gonna laugh at me, but this is I'm gonna bring Joe Rogan in it. Joe Rogan says the reason why people are saying that, like, when you bodybuilders versus the guys that do use the catalytic workouts, you work out the whole body. You know what I'm saying? Your body of motions. And those guys versus the guys, for example, that do only 15 degrees lifts when you work biceps, 45-degree lifts. No, 45. So when you do the biceps, you only do 45-degree lifts. You know what I'm saying? You only work specific group of muscles just to show it. But in that muscle, there's more under that makes you stronger. You know what I'm saying? There's more muscles that makes you stronger versus how you look stronger. So yoga is probably the best thing for James, and probably move to warmer weather. I think.
So he's going to end up in Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Spain.
Could be.
Very, very stingy teams.
Gentlemen, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to go eat some lunch. Y'all have a blessed day.
No worries, bro. Big up, man. Big up.
Josh, congratulations. You're already in the South.
Shout out to Mo saying is there a most wanted terrorist list. Pochettino is there. Pochettino is top 2, and he's not second. Make of that what you will, bro. The Bridge Nation, big up to Ahmed saying Madueke over Neto. Mudryk has found his level. Mudryk had a good
You're wrong.
He's trolling.
Right,
He's
no,
trolling.
he's not wrong.
He's trolling.
Hey, like Maresca said, he's a bit slower than the others. Who knows where he'll be in a year's time? He might actually be doing his thing by then. God.
So is Nkuku found his level 2? Felix found his level 2?
He's trolling. He's trolling. He's trolling.
Old fraud.
Yeah, I can't. Hey, the conversation on one of those two needs to maybe be had.
He's pulling for Justin Timberlake.
The first one.
If we're gonna keep playing Nkuku as a striker, it might be time to cash in, man. 55 million.
I swear, man, we buying it. We're buying what's his name? That Nigerian guy from
Cameroonian.
No.
Boniface.
No.
I'm already on Spanish.
Osimhen.
Yeah, I'm already on Spanish.
Osimhen. We buying Osimhen.
We're not buying Osimhen.
We'll see. You'll see, Daniel. You'll so
in January or in the summer.
In January.
But listen, if Boniface's knee holds up, we should go for Boniface.
I think we should go
Boniface
for
is awesome.
I like Goikarus better.
That's a top player.
That's a Jokeris, yeah.
They're not gonna listen. They're not gonna sign these kind of guys. It's too much money.
Yeah.
Not in terms of feet, in wages. These guys are gonna ask for 250, 300K, and that's it. Like.
But we almost did the deal with Osimhen in the summer, so I don't understand you. I don't understand why you don't believe it. Then
I think y'all should make a really and y'all.
How do we almost do a deal if we reject like 7 or 8? It was like, oh, they rejected 7 proposals. That's not a good thing to me. That's like you guys are far. You guys do not agree.
You don't think if like we're that far apart, we will not be entertaining the idea then? But that idea was going for the whole summer, especially at the end of the summer. So if we knew that there was that far apart, I don't think they will be entertaining the idea. I don't think it was actually that far apart. Plus, didn't he speak himself that it was not that far apart?
Yeah, with what's that club? Whatever that club is. That's where it was not far apart. Those guys agreed to everything.
I don't think we did.
They dropped his salary.
They fucked them over, and Napoli switched it up on them.
Actually, yeah.
Napoli wanted
more
money.
Yeah. What's his? Yeah, De Laurentiis. Yeah, he cocked that whole situation up.
Yeah,
De Laurentiis.
He tried to get him to match our offer.
I tell you the truth.
And his former agent, they fucked up that deal because they wanted the Saudi back because the transfer fee would have been a lot more.
We didn't agree a deal, man. So that's just. I'm not faulting the club for it, but I'm not doing this again for another summer or another year. We're going to get Osimhen. Listen, forget about Osimhen. Look at the other guys that
they're good anymore. I think he's kind of his head lately.
Well, he's injured.
He's injured now.
Yes, that's how you don't even know what's going on with him. Yeah, he's been injured.
Wow.
Wait, are you talking about?
That's why I said I didn't really want him.
Osimhen. He's saying he's injured. He's not currently injured. He just played.
Not currently injured.
He
played against Elfsborg.
He just scored. He just played that weekend.
When did he play?
He played against United.
Hold on. No, he didn't play against. He didn't play. He doesn't play for Fenerbahce, bro.
Oh, just for Galatasaray.
Galatasaray.
Yeah, he played on the weekend. He played on the weekend, and then last weekend, he scored.
Scored 2 against Kashim Pasha.
Yeah, like.
Hold on. Let me see something real quick.
Either way, I don't think he leaves in January. That have to be something for next season.
I actually think he moves in January.
I think he's there for the full season. I'll be so real. I think he's there.
Like Galatasaray has played 9 games and he's played 4.
But if I had the choice of getting a striker in January, it will be Gyökeres or that Aston Villa guy?
Duran.
Yeah.
We won't sign either of them in January.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna.
Okay, Nigerian, Irish Fabrizio.
Yo, why y'all lie, bro? He didn't play. Yo,
I don't think we're gonna sign anyone.
Well, say you don't think.
You're
Don't
trying to
say
gaslight me, bro.
we
He
not.
hasn't played the last three games for them. Why was y'all lying, man? Or the last game?
Yes, Steve. I thought you watch
2 games.
every football that is possible to watch.
What's going on?
Osimhen did not play last game. Daniel said.
He didn't play
Why
the
you
last
lying?
He got subbed on. He played against Elfsborg.
No, he
Yeah, the weekend. I said.
Yes,
he played. He played the previous game.
No, he played against Elfsborg. I watched the game. Galatasaray played a 3-4-1-2. They had Mertens and then Icardi.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah,
he started that last
Daniel,
game.
then why you lying?
I watch a ton of Galatasaray.
The game before, he came off the bench against Antalyaspor.
Antalyaspor, yeah.
Hold on though. But he missed RFS.
And Hatayspor, he wasn't in the squad.
He missed Kaskis Paska.
Yeah, he
missed that. He missed Kaskis Paska.
Yeah, because he had an injury like before. He was out for a little bit, and he's back now. You said Daniel that he's still injured. He's not still injured.
Nah,
he's back, but he was injured. He's played 4 games.
Okay.
He had a knock, Yeah.
He missed half the season, brother.
He's missed half the season. We haven't played half the season.
He's missed half the season.
They haven't even played 10 games, bro.
Keep in mind the Turkish window. The Turkish window closed later than the other ones.
Yeah.
But did the league started?
Wait,
is
wait, hold on, Daniel. How many games have they played in the league? You said? That's right.
In the Super League.
Yeah.
They played 9.
They played 9 games, and when did he join? He joined after the season started, right?
No, he didn't.
Yeah. He joined on the Turkish.
I don't know.
He joined on the deadline day of the Turkish.
Okay, cool. So you don't
stream?
know when he joined. So like, what are we doing?
What is it? Stream catch the Daniel. Move on.
Alex, go back to your guns and shut up, man, please.
They're trying to say.
Well, go play outside and you'll meet him. Freaking make
but anyway, regardless, I don't think we need.
Hey,
I don't think we actually need to sign a striker in January.
Go chase the rainbow, Prime. Chase the rainbow. Be the rainbow.
Okay, go chase the squirrel, Alex.
He's injured, bro. He is injured.
He's injured.
Listen, the comments are trying to listen. Y'all can say whatever you want. We'll see. The guy's a player, but he's injured.
So we will see who lied.
No one disagreed with you that he's injury prone.
Yeah, he does pick up some knocks.
Injured. Okay,
your main point. No, your point was he is injured. He's not currently injured.
No, my point in saying that was that he's injury prone.
Oh, he's injured. Oh, yeah, he is. He
does pick up. He picks up. If you look at his transfer market, he
I
picks
don't
up
want
a bunch of random knocks.
That's that's like the major downside to him. Besides, I don't think we actually.
That's not only major.
He's not injured. All right, big up.
I don't know about major.
The major problem with him, he never strikes
the
ball
downside
clean.
Would be his major downside would be him.
He strikes the boy clean. What are you talking about?
Because he wouldn't be Alex. He wouldn't be on the pitch to play. That's a major downside.
Bro,
what are you talking
about? He strikes the ball clean, bro. He's a striker. I like Osimhen, but I don't like. I can't do we spend 80 million and then you injured for half this. I can't do that, bro.
To be fair, Isak has the same.
He doesn't have long term. He doesn't have long term injuries though. Yeah, but I understand people being wary of him because of his injuries. That makes sense.
Daniel, yeah, I don't have time to argue about Osimhen. What about what's his name? Gyökeres. Why are you saying we cannot get him?
Yep, it is.
Honestly, I think for both of them, they're both gonna ask for a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the players or the clubs?
The players
Chelsea,
and the clubs.
Chelsea's smart play. Chelsea's smart play would be if I were doing things at Chelsea, in January I'd offer Jonathan David. I'd put in like a 20 million offer to Lille.
Who?
Out in the summer. Jonathan David.
Little striker, Jonathan David, Canadian.
Wait, Steve, isn't his contract up in the summer though?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You could get him in January for like 10, 20 million.
Yeah, but why get him in Jan? Why get him in Jan if his contract is up in the summer? For one,
Just have him sign a
and
pre-contract.
two, like
because if you want a striker the caliber of David in January, that could
The only reason why this
I
idea is
don't think we'll
entertaining
need
is you
him,
can make
though.
a profit out of him if it doesn't
And-
work out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, is
No.
like
David
Canada.
will be useful.
Seriously,
He'll be useful.
we have Jack, we
He'll
have
be a
Jackson.
useful
And
player.
we don't need another guy to come in.
Listen, I
What do
like
you mean we
Jackson
don't
for
need
everything.
another-
Listen, hold
This was
on.
my
I like
suggestion.
Jackson for everything that he does, and you know the way that's cool. I would still like a profile of a striker of just someone who can just
Okay.
finish.
yeah,
the
yeah.
guy that
no,
comes
no,
in
no, no.
then-
I want
the guy that
somebody
comes in
opposite
then-
from Jackson.
The guy that comes in then has to be superior to Jackson. I
Why?
like Jonathan David, but I don't think because that justifies Jackson being dropped. What do you mean? Why?
Why
No,
is
you
that? Why
don't
is
need
the
Jackson
person
being
that
dropped.
comes in? Why is the?
That's a
Hold
stupid
on.
question. What do you mean? Why?
Hold on. Why is the player that comes in has to be justified for him drop? What about both of them fight for the number one spot?
Right.
Okay, so that means the guy that comes in would then be on the bench and would be fighting Jackson.
Yes, for the
Right.
first
Yeah.
spot. That's how he actually supposed to
Good
be.
competition.
Yep.
Okay,
Well,
so
if
get
it,
one
again,
that's
again, if
okay,
it's a
get one
different, if
that's
it's a different
get
profile,
one
if
that's
it's a
actually
different
gonna
profile of a guy,
competitive to him then.
if it's a different profile of a striker, maybe one that's dominant in the air or in the 6-yard box, blah blah blah. You could even them off the bench even makes more sense. You can have
That's what
somebody
I'm
just
saying,
doing what
Daniel.
Durán is doing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can get the
I
different.
know it can be Durán now, but you know someone else.
Yeah,
Different-
Durant is going to
different-
cost way too much.
different profile. Different
Not
profile.
Durán himself, but that kind of player where he just when he
Yeah.
comes
I-
on, he's shooting from
Jonathan
every
David is
angle.
not
He's taking.
better-
Just get that kind of guy and bring him in.
People in the
Steve, it's
chat, by
okay.
the
Ignore-
way, John.
Ignore that
no,
comment,
no, no,
Steve.
no, no.
Ignore that comment, Steve.
No, I'm not ignoring. I'm not ignoring it to be like, oh, you're.
Big up,
stupid.
Javon. Take care, bro.
Why are you comparing Nkuku, an attacking midfielder, to a striker, which is Jonathan David? Why are we comparing apples to oranges? Not quite apples to oranges, but green apples to red. When you're looking for like what we doing? Nkuku is best as an attacking midfielder. I'm saying for a striker,
Just right behind the striker.
By the way, Nkuku's living in the
just
summer.
like how
I can tell you that.
Jonathan David. Okay, Jonathan
Most
David
likely,
is a better
Alex.
striker
Yeah,
than
because
Nkuku.
he's not a striker. Like
Yeah,
Nkuku's our backup
and
striker currently.
just
and
like
it's not
I
working.
Well,
wouldn't
he's either the backup striker or the third choice number 10.
Yep.
like
Yeah,
I wouldn't put
exactly,
Jonathan
like, I
David
don't
in
understand.
attacking
As long as he ain't
midfield
got a problem with
over
that,
Nkuku.
then perfect.
Steve, isn't Jonathan David more of a false nine? As
He can
opposed to an
drop
actual
back a
striker?
bit and play. Yeah, and he's decent in the air as well. He scored plenty of headers for Lille over the year. Bro, the
How
guy's
tall
a
is he?
commodity.
How tall
Oh
is
wow!
David
Look,
is-
Origination.
it's Ahmed here. Yay!
he? Is he not like 5'9", 5'10"? Is he even that
Who?
tall?
Ahmed?
Up right now.
I mean, I'm 5'10".
5'11". 5'11".
Oh, he's 5'. Oh, okay, fair enough.
All I'm saying is we need a different profile of striker, so it will be Plan B.
I agree
What
on
kind
that.
of striker do you want, Alex? A target man?
I don't have a type in a man, so.
So you ain't got a little preference?
But you with the bum.
Relax, man.
Oh my God, Lewis.
Jeez Louise,
Yo.
mate. Jeez
Hey, yo.
Louise, mate.
Hey, yo.
No,
Well-
I want the guy that stays in the box and doesn't drop deep in the midfield.
Okay. All right, then I
We
wouldn't
just need a
suggest
different.
David
We
for
that's
that.
what we say. We need a different profile from Jackson. Like we don't need to.
I just think for me personally, man, you already listen. You know, I'm already on what I provided that man. Outscoring Ottoman.
Yes.
Why is he
You know-
smiling when he's talking? Like you can literally hear him
Yeah.
smiling when he's talking.
No.
Why, Ahmed? Why?
I'm happy, man. Today, what do you mean, man? I had a nice day out
Wow.
today, man. How about you, man?
Wow.
Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well,
Yeah.
brother. But
I just came back from Turkey. Got my hairline fixed.
that's what I love
You
to hear,
need
man.
the-
Don't worry,
you
man.
need the
Turkey,
reference.
obviously-
You need the reference.
Give me the reference, man. Give me the reference, man. Give me the reference, man. I need it. But no, but on a
But yeah,
serious note,
I oh, sorry. Continue on, my bad.
yeah, I would just say, like, I think honestly, you know, when you look at the guys we have scouted, at least in the striker department, I think you've done cool. And you look at where they are so far. I know it's only 8 games in. Things can develop or change. They are looking like guys that actually can perform at the very least. So whoever we do bring in, I can at least at the very least say I can count on our scouting department to at least give me someone that I know is going to be competent enough to be a different option at the end of the day. At least in my personal opinion.
I think I don't know where to put. I think we have a slight better chances of getting somebody expensive based on who we can trade in, and I think the trade in is going to be one of those players, either James, which I think James is 100% leaving in the summer, or Nkunku, which is another possibility he's leaving in the summer, because I don't think he's happy that he's not playing. And if he plays in a
I'll be
position.
real, Alex. He can leave.
Who, James or Nkunku?
Nkunku, he can leave.
Yeah. I'm saying, but that's we have a bargain that we can use to buy somebody expensive, because Nkunku, his level will not be diminished because he didn't fit at Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Like
I get
the value of him. You know what I'm saying? Like he will be a decent player for the.
Oh yeah, 100%. You could still easily get like 45-50 million for him as a player.
I think way more than that.
Yeah,
I think
no,
way
easily.
That's actually even more. I'm just saying, like that's me being like
teams like
that's
that
me going on the low end.
Yeah, I think he will go to even go back to Germany. He can go to Bayern Munich. That fraud that been there since the what's the name? Since the Game of Thrones. What's his name? Muller. He's still there.
Game of Thrones.
He's still there. He can replace him.
No, he's the kind of player Barca signed for like 45 from.
Or Barca, yeah. Barca.
I could see him. Someone's mentioning him going to. Yeah, I could see it.
But if we can
we
see all
can
these
use
things,
those
why are we
kind of
letting him
things
go?
Because he doesn't fit, and I'll be because he doesn't fit, and I'll be so honest. Since he's been here, especially like last season, I can allow. This season, he's been average at best. Even yesterday, he was crap.
I'll be honest. I'm not.
I mean, are we playing him in his
Hold on. I'm not usually for
Fuck that.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Are we playing him in his?
Turn the camera off.
Ahmed, don't. I'll be so real. Don't
Turn
start
the
me on this
camera off,
position
man.
thing because I'll start cooking people that told me about Neto. Don't start.
Listen,
Hey, I hear from you.
I'm
Word to
usually
Todd Bowley.
not the guy for that, but for some, if you score goals, right? And I know there's a way to use you to score goals, especially in certain situations, certain variations of the team and different things like that, which I've seen him do, right? Like even in that area that you were playing Gusto. I mean, I know like Gusto had to like the defend and all that. There are ways you can find ways to play Nkunku and use him in those roles. Why is he playing left wing or striker the entire time?
Yes, that's annoying. I actually want him to play Wolf
In
Jackson.
that way, he doesn't fit. You can get rid of him and he works somewhere else. But it's like if we can get that, because he can score a lot of goals. We know that.
Exactly.
If you give him big chances, he will score.
No, but Dan, I'll be real. There's some things that like I understand it's not his natural position, quote unquote. It's not his best position, whatever you want to say. But there's still some things you can do when he's playing left wing or striker that I just expect you to do as a player if you're as good as Nkunku is meant to be that he doesn't do.
I don't think he is, Scott. He was never that speedy, especially after the injury.
No, Alex, I'm not talking about speed. Like, for example, right? Him playing left wing.
I want my wingers to have a speed. I'm sorry, but I want my wingers to play
That's
speed.
fair, but like okay, if I'll give you an example. Let's say he plays left wing. I'm not expecting him to beat a man on the dribble like a Madueke or a Sancho will, because I know that's not really his game. That's fair. I'm still expecting you to link up play decently and get involved in the game, because you know how to do that regardless of where you played. And by the way, we can talk about Nkunku in terms of best position. We're talking. This is someone who, in his professional career, has played centre mid, on the wing, up front, number 10. Like he's played everywhere from number 8 forward, so he knows how to play there as well.
You see,
so
I think people misunderstand the whole situation with Germany. Germany is really tactical league, really tactical league. They do play the same way. They don't change. That's why the national team is so good. It's because everybody plays pretty much the same way. So the way they play, if you have a technical player beside you, it's easier for you to play technically. We don't have that. For example, on the left side, we always struggle. And that's due to Enzo being there. Enzo is technical, but he's not. He for example,
not athletic.
not athletic to make those kind of 1-2 plays that he can do. Enzo will do 1-2 and long pass switch. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But what's his name? But Nkunku is not the player to go 1-2 and he take off.
Yeah, he needs someone over in that left half space if he's on that left side to kind of link up with.
Exactly.
And progress up the field with, because when he was at Leipzig, when he played in a 2 up front, he would often drift over to that left hand side, but then you would always have support from that midfield in the left half space and that full back. So he's right. He's correct. Honestly, his best position in this team is a support striker, or if you're playing him as a 9, you have to get the support up there.
I disagree. I disagree with that as well. By the way, the number 9 thing, and we saw this last night. Like, I'm sorry, last night was was kind of almost the nail in the coffin for me. He was number 9. He was invisible. The only times he picked up the ball that I can remember was when he dropped to the center circle, and it wasn't like Jackson does, where he'll like knock it off and then spin. It was he'll pick the ball up and just pass it backwards the way it came. It's like, okay, cool. Like that's what we're doing. Like,
there's a caveat to that number 9. No, I never said he's going to play out and out 9. I said if you're going to deploy him in the 9 position, you have to give him that support. You have to tell players, hey, to get close to him. Look at that. Look at the goal he scored in the number 9 position when Sancho was that close to him, where he's holding off a defender, but he's not battling with the defenders. Those nuances you can get a tune out of him from that 9 slot.
By the way, we played yesterday in the midfield. Can you tell me our midfield, please?
Enzo and
Dewsbury Hall. Didn't he play?
Enzo, Dewsbury Hall, and
not everybody at once. Not everybody at once.
So you don't have. So we had Enzo, we had Dewsbury Hall, and it was supposed to be Felix, but at times Felix was rotating with Nkunku, and Nkunku would drop deep in the midfield to pick up the ball.
Okay. So when I saw a curly Spanish guy in the midfield, what was that?
It was
because he was inverted.
Well, was everywhere. He was everywhere.
So I'm saying
holding the team back.
Those two, because most of the time Felix never drops that deep. So only midfielders I saw yesterday is the Strawberry Hole and Curly Fry in the midfield. The rest of them was on the left side and slightly higher.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't see the connection.
And to be fair, like I felt like once that first goal went in, these guys just went ultra attacking, bro. They did. I don't feel like
we or they.
They. Sorry, my apologies. They. Okay. All right. Sorry, mate. You know what I mean? So I didn't use the right.
No, I just had to confirm that because our attack yesterday was shocking outside of Mudryk.
Yeah, they literally after they scored 1-0, like, you know what? Yeah, you don't care. Panathinaikos kind of really lost their way a little bit after the first goal, and so everyone was just like doing ultra attacking essentially, and so no one really cared that much about what's happening in the midfield.
I was missing Galadog yesterday when I saw that Strawberry Hole.
Yeah,
I'd rather had a Galadog.
He had a very underwhelming game yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think he was bad. It was for me. It was the passing. Like, I thought defensively he was decent, and like him picking up the ball was calm.
Yeah, and then because he's the one that does the mistake. He had to fix the mistake.
My point was, as soon as he got the ball, it was like, okay, I've got to make a pass out of bounds to the opposition. Like, okay, brilliant.
You know my issue is, like, I feel like I don't know about you guys.
Those cross passes for
that was horrid.
Yeah.
From Dewsbury, horrid.
You know, my issue with Kenny Dewsbury Hall is that I just don't feel like he's caught up to the speed of like this level. Like, I don't know what's going on. He's just not been able to adjust to the current level that's needed to happen, and it's been happening for quite a while now. I don't know if it's like a training thing. Is it something about confidence? Like, is he like lacking confidence? I don't know what it is, but like he's just not able to.
What about him? Maybe he's shit.
Listen, that could be an option B. That's option C. But like, I'm just trying to give him the right way out
time, guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We need to give him that nice way out fast, bro. You know what I mean? So.
No. What I'm saying is, like, why we let go of Galadog when we bought the Strawberry Hole and paid money for it?
That's a fair point.
That was. I still, like, the more it comes down to it, especially with the price that we paid, bro. I think it was like an FFP for Leicester City type B to get Maresca, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. That was an FFP type signing.
Yeah, it's FFP.
No, because he was on his way to Brighton, wasn't he?
Yeah,
we hijacked that.
I'm thinking.
I think he literally had a medical with them.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
I think it just came down to like Gallagher needing to be sold for pure profit. That was it.
No, but I say I don't think the Dewsbury Hall one was one of pure profit. Like I think
no, I've been selling Gallagher. I mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah, like, that
probably
was
the
going
whole
to be the
worst
situation.
player on the field yesterday.
And Cassidy didn't look bad when he came on.
I don't think Neto was good for us.
Listen, what I'm saying, from what I'm seeing from Neto, you know, I mean, you know, we keep on cooking
Why
Madueke
you
for
always
his performances,
freaking
right
laughing
and
when
rightly.
you speak, man?
Listen,
Are you
Alex,
high?
man, if you've got a problem with where I smoke, that's high. We can't. It's illegal to do drugs in the UK, man. It's illegal. Weed is illegal in the UK, unless you're taking it by other means. Which, you know, I don't think I'm that type of guy to be doing that.
You ain't
So,
getting
you know what I
arrested
mean.
for
So,
it.
thank you very much. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Of course,
That's, I don't know,
say
Alex. Yeah, but,
No, I ain't saying none. I ain't saying none.
no, but on a
Now, what we
serious note,
talking
but
about?
like obviously, no, I was just talking
The
about Neto,
happiest
and
civil
like,
engineer I know.
listen, man, can I not be happy? What's going on,
I'll
bro?
shut
Like the
up.
man, them like
Ahmed, I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
Okay. Now, I was just making the point that, you know, I know a lot of people have been asking for Neto to start like over Madueke, and like obviously a lot of people have not been happy about Madueke's performances. But like every time I see like Neto play, I don't feel like he's, you know, justifying performance-wise him starting over Madueke. Does that make sense? I don't know about you guys, bro. And so for me, this becomes a question of like we can keep on saying we want Neto to start, but like he himself is also not rising to that level to be able to be said he should be starting over. Because like I feel like, you know, Mudryk, he's been playing quite well. There is an argument to be saying maybe you can technically start him. There is an argument there, like because like he's actually performing week in and he's performing in his game. Whereas if the other guy, I don't think
is changing based on yesterday game. Nothing, zero, nana.
The point. All right, fair enough. I understand.
Yeah, first 11 shouldn't change. Keep them for Newcastle in the cup.
The only thing,
They're gonna rotate
the only thing I want to happen is if Palmer goes to the right and Cuckoo goes in Palmer's space. That should be changed immediately now from starting 11. That's it.
Palmer right for Noni and Kunku in the middle. I could hear that.
I agree.
That's it.
I could hear
the
that.
rest of it, Badiashile pack his bags and go find his another part of forehead. The minute he finds, he can come back. Until then, that big ass forehead. My God, man, what a stinker he had yesterday.
I love the pure disgust you have whenever you think of Badiashile.
He wasn't
Did
that
you?
bad.
When we
Badiashile wasn't that bad yesterday.
Yeah, look at his position. Like he almost shit his pants when we conceded a goal. Just go back. Go back.
And that one, he should have tracked his
Green
runner. But otherwise, from that, he didn't have a bad game. Otherwise, from that, that was the only moment you could say, okay, Badiashile.
Oh, only moment? Is that the only moment we conceded?
That's the only goal we conceded. We didn't.
No, I think that's the point. I think that's the point he's quietly trying to make.
Yeah, but
even though I'll say the passing got a lot better, he's trying to make them think that when we can, the only chance we conceded, we was to blame.
We've seen worse from those two. So
yes,
when he came on against Liverpool, he did well against Liverpool. Did he not?
No.
Yep.
He did.
Yeah, it was decent.
He was decent against Liverpool.
He was competent. Again, he was competent. I think
exactly.
he was competent against the
I don't know. He done a job.
Exactly. From where it was, come on, bro. From where it was, come on.
He didn't cost you. He didn't cost you.
Yeah, but
does give a little idea that the bar's like so low that we're praising that.
Exactly.
But I do think there is improvement.
But that
in
is my
passing.
point. I'm not
That's
saying he's world class or whatever. I'm just saying from where it was, at least it's not the same place.
It's improved. He's improving. Well,
Improving. He's the senior out of all our center backs.
Disassi is, bro. Nobody.
Yeah, and Tosin.
Disassi and Tosin.
By all 24, 25. We're the oldest ones.
I think isn't Tosin
23?
Badiashil's 23.
Is Tosin 26 or is he 25?
Tosin 27.
26.
27.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shit, all right.
Yeah, Badiashile is 23.
Is he still 20? No, he's 27. He's 27.
27, yeah.
Yeah, Tosin is the worst one.
He's 26. 26.
I actually think Tosin is most improved out of our center backs and Colwell.
Comparable
again. from
Couple
from
mistakes,
game
still.
one. From game one.
Come on, man. Stop it, man.
I mean, but then same energy we could have for Badiashile. He's
Yeah.
improved from the start of the season.
My point exactly.
Nah, man,
It is
the way he plays.
Let's
his
give him
bomb
a few
and-
more. It's only been a game and a half. I hear it.
Who?
Let's give him some more games. Let's see
No,
if he
no.
actually improves.
Oh, is he only played for Chelsea game and a half? I didn't know that.
We're talking about the improvement. Come on, man. Don't do that.
What do you
He
mean? Don't
did
do that?
half a game,
Improvement in the game.
half a game against Liverpool and the game yesterday. So I'm hearing what you're saying, but let's have him get around the games where he doesn't make any mistakes, where he actually improves defensively and position-wise and actually wins his tackle before we all say, you know what, he's definitely improved.
I'm opposite. I didn't say he improved at all. I think he's a bomb from the beginning. I didn't say he improved.
I'm saying he can improve. I'm saying he can get better. The Badiashile we saw when he just started versus now had a lot to do with injuries, had a lot to do with Poch throwing him right immediately after he came back from injury. I'm not ruling out the fact that he can't just be a bum, but I'm gonna give him some more time, especially now that he's not the number one starting centre back.
Yeah, facts. Hear that. Shout Arta says stink with Uncle Jackson. I think he's referencing the earlier super chat about Isak. Yeah, like, bro, we can all see the improvement in him. And yeah, we'll have a better discussion on him by the end of the season too. So yeah, big up to you, man. Also, 10-10 Avi, man. Fucking love it. Big up Uncle Jackson. That's up.
I have problem with Badiashile, the way he positions himself when he plays off the back. He does not know where to be. He stays on the line no matter what. He receives the ball from the center backs. He opens his body, and he thinks that he's the good under control, but he's not. He passes, gives players hospital balls that they have to clear out. He does not know how to play off the back. None. The reason when he played well in the beginning, it was because Thiago Silva knew where to position himself. You make a triangle opposite way when you play from the back. Badiashile never does it. He constantly stays on the line without moving foot or back anywhere. You're not going to tell me that he improves positionally. None. He might improve the way he passed the ball one time, because I can tell you how many, if you can pick up this freaking stats from last game, how many balls he tried to pass it through that didn't reach. Yes, his balls through, when he tries to pass them through, you can see. Tell me how many times he didn't make it pass. And another thing, you're not gonna give me example of how did he well against the Greece team. I want to see if he improved based on those passes somebody in the Premier League.
Yeah, but that's
that Panathinaikos is not a good example to show.
But we've
also
we've
wait,
seen
wasn't it this season?
Seen in the conference league.
Accurate passes were 99 out of 104, which is 95% in the game. Long balls were 6 with I think 4 completed. No key passes.
I don't have problems.
Touches.
I'm saying through balls. And that Squawk, I think stats that was the best one I saw. So.
Squawker. Do they have one per game? Let me check.
Yeah, we do per game. Oh, I don't know, Lewis. But I've seen him. I see him try to make a pass through the ball, through the defense, into the midfield, not on the in the air. He didn't reach it, or too risky for the player to even touch it.
We'll see. He needs more time. Well, if he's supposed to truly improve, we need a bigger sample size. So. I'm not gonna. We see what we saw from him in the past. I'm not gonna die at nobody.
Badiashile's got no through balls in the Conference League in general.
Mm-hmm.
Long pass accuracy 64%. Long passes completed 11 out of 17 attempted. Passes completed 258% with a 94% accuracy in general. All in all, pretty good stats.
That's a sideways pass that, How many times we saw?
Costs 148.
There's a literally moment in the game when the Badiashile passes between another player, just pass it tuk, like between them. There's a literally like passing between like 10 passes between two center backs in the row.
Are you jealous of Badiashile, bro? You're fucking jealous, bro. You're jealous. You're jealous, bro. He is actually our best player. Badiashile is actually our best player. The IQ he's got, the way he passes the ball, the way he controls the game. He's our best player in Chelsea team. He is. He can completely control the game.
Class, are you genuinely serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. And that goal was actually a Kukurea mistake because he kept them onside. Viega. And the other guy, what was his name? Badiashile. They were keeping them onside. It was actually a mistake of Korea. But by the way, I think Badiashile, bro, like that guy is getting on my fucking brain. He's getting on my brain.
Yo, Lewis, big up yourself, my bro. We'll see you at the match reaction. Steve, man, them bless up.
Javon, you're getting on my tits, bro. You're industry planted.
Hey,
yo.
Pause.
You're industry planted. Calm down.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Javon, take it from someone.
For fuck's sake, class was here, man. If I knew I would have came on, man.
Listen, Kyle.
Let me tell you.
Neto actually is amazing on the outside.
No, bad man, you can't come down. Listen to me. When I'm on these panels, I'm very respectful. I never disrespect anybody. So let me tell you this now. I'm not one of these other content creators. Me tell you about your mother. So you see, I'm leaving because I have to go. If you check the private chat, I told them this has nothing to do with you.
Next you a scrap?
Violate and disrespect your
God.
Huh? Shut up, man.
Pick up yourself. I'm not gonna make nobody get out of character. See? Bless up.
Bless up, Devon.
Big up.
Bless up, man.
Class rep said he's from the Matrix, bro.
I can't believe it, man. Class rep joined the 3-man immediately dipped, bro.
I told you, bro. Like,
I'll be honest. If I knew class rep was here, bro, I wouldn't have joined.
I was really impressed with Neto on the left side, and then Kai was the guy who was saying he's better on the right side. Kai, I think we need to rethink about this thing because Neto on the left side is actually a monster.
Well, you shouldn't be starting in the league either way, but I hear it. He was good on the left against Liverpool. To be fair, Scott, you were the one that was saying that as well.
Yep. This is why this whole out of position.
The only reason I said it on the right side because I actually kind of like he was new on the team and Kai was like he's brilliant on the right side, so I was just following the Kai narrative.
I said that. Well,
right now when I see,
bro.
But you know what? What's the problem with Neto? He takes 1-2 more seconds on the right side. He wants to switch his side and give that cross, and Mudryk doesn't do that. Mudryk just runs forward. So for me on the right side, at this moment, I'm not saying in the future, at this moment, Mudryk is fine.
Fuck all that. Listen, how old are you? Fuck all that. How old are you? Fuck football, bro.
He said, fuck
well, I'm growing day by day. Bro.
Yeah, as everyone
else.
Hey,
yo. That sounds like you're under 25. Still growing.
Wait, Klasdrip, I have a question. Would you take Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart at Chelsea? Do you like him?
Every single day, bro. Every single day. Because you know what's happening nowadays? Cole Palmer is being restricted by the likes of Jones and all the physical, midfielders and attacking midfielders. And then we have the option only of Lavia and Casado, who are kind of doing 8-6 together. So it kind of like restrict Cole Palmer. If I have a proper kind of like someone with the physicality, like Stiller, or maybe, the guy from Getafe, we are linked with Uche, who can also play as a 9-2. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't really mind that because I think Cole Palmer is really restricted right now. I mean, I saw the game. We only had Liverpool only had Gravenberch, right, on the midfield, and McAllister wasn't even starting. Szoboszlai was kind of like attacking, and they had Jones to cover Cole Palmer, and he restricted us on the first half, and we couldn't make a goal. So yeah, we do need some physicality, and if we don't need a physicality, then fucking start Enzo Fernandez, because then the likes of Jones and probably in the next game Joelinton or probably Tonali would be busy with Enzo, and Cole Palmer would have a space to score goals.
Fair enough.
I still need to know who the fuck that guy is.
Class, if you know what a thesis is.
What?
Just a random. You know what a thesis is? Just a random question.
What's the point? Go to the point. What you want to talk about the point, bro?
You need to learn how to actually make the point you're making actually relate to the subject, bro. I don't fucking. You start talking about NATO, then you moved about.
Yeah, I asked him about a Stuttgart player,
That's what I'm
Angelo
saying, bro.
Spiller, and then he said, "Oh yeah, so when Palmer gets blocked."
The most random guy out there. I swear.
I'm like you trying to explain how he fits into a team.
Before Kraslev joined on stream, he takes mushrooms, bro. I swear to God, man. There has to be a
shows
reason.
he's working out.
There has to be a reason.
Who's the guy that you said?
Nobody's born like this.
Reason. I'm not going to be making obvious because everybody's have their own opinions, and I'm not just going to be making straightforward, right? I'm going to go left and right and then.
Anymore, bro. I know the reason, but I'm not allowed to use that straight word on stream.
Angelo Stiller, cool.
Angelo Stiller is a baller, I think.
Player, man. Oh my god.
His nose is mad.
He's yeah. Oh, you know what they say about big nose, right?
What do they say?
No,
big nose. So loose nose.
Right. So, well, listen, Osimhen. I think we need a striker. Osimhen is a good option.
See what I'm talking about?
No, it's his nose.
Subject, bro.
Oh, nah, that's crazy.
He
is.
I wasn't kidding,
He has a face only a mother could love, and his mother probably looks like that too. I mean,
and even if the mother doesn't love it,
you know what I mean? Where that guy's like, get that yam off your face.
Yo.
Shout out to
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not confident about Newcastle game. The first one. I'm not that confident about Newcastle game though.
You've never been
confident. We're fucking awful. Go on.
I mean that is a true point, Steve. Nobody's gonna argue with you there, but.
Apparently, class.
I mean, you guys are awful, but you can be good because you still have 12 points. You're just 1 point behind us. And then you've got Anthony Gordon that fucking runs on everyone. Isaac made a joke out of us last time when he met us. And then you've got Murphy on the right side sometime, and sometimes the other guy, what's his name, on the right side? Oh, Amriam. Barnes, Harvey Barnes, right? Yeah, I don't know. Bro, the midfield is also stacked with Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali.
I like
and
our midfield's. Yeah, our midfield's been good this year, but the problem with our midfield is that it gives you almost everything in those three, but creativity is not one of them. That's the problem.
What about your keeper? Your keeper's not better than Sanchez, or is he?
Pope. He's mistake prone, but he can make crucial. He can make crucial on the ball is where he screws up a lot. Because he's not a ball playing center back at all. You can make some great saves, but you've
got good defense though. You've got Hall, Livermore on the wings, and then Trippier is injured.
They're good attacking. Yeah, going forward they give something, but I think Livermento's improved defensively. Hall is getting there, but he gets caught out near the halfway line a bit too much for my liking. But
Shar and Danburn are veterans.
Shar lately is I'm looking at some of the goals we conceded this year. A lot of them are central, either top of the box, near the penalty spot. And Shar he's not touch tight to his man. He's offering space.
I was about to say, have you seen the past couple games? You've seen Jackson make a run century, Caicedo finds him.
Jackson will score centrally. That's the biggest fear.
Jackson's gonna have a good game against, I think, Shar and Danburn probably. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's gonna be shower and non burn. Hey, food. Let's go.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, bro.
All right, Prime is here too. I'm out, Lewis. Take care, bro.
Wait, Prime. Who did you think was gonna fucking play?
You guys.
My question is this, Steve. Do you think that you guys are just
fuck off, Kai.
going
Don't come back.
to go for everything in the Prem in terms of your starters, or you think you're going to try to like mix and match for the Cup game, or you're just going to completely like
No,
put the
we'll
B
play
team
the,
out for the
we'll
Cup
play
game?
the starters. We'll play the starters for the Prem game, and then the Carabao will rotate. I would do it the other way around because I don't think if we put our best 11 out versus you guys at Stamford Bridge, we'll lose. We put out
That's what I was thinking.
I want a fucking cup, and so I go all hell for leather.
Remember what you said a few minutes ago about how your midfield gives you almost everything but no creativity. Have I not been saying that since Eddie Howe joined?
I
that
agree
your
with
midfield
you.
does not create.
I agree, bro. We are solely reliant on our wings, fullbacks, and mostly fullbacks for.
Bro, your most creative player in that midfield is Sandro Tonali, which is crazy because he's not a creator; he's a conductor.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's the thing.
Steve, in January, swap deal. Give us Tonali. You can have Enzo.
Fuck off.
Swap deal.
No.
I think what about the striker we are linked with Feyenoord, Gimenez, Santiago Gimenez? Because people are saying Osimhen might not be possible, but Gimenez is having a fucking season. He scored 40, 50 goals.
He is injured
Is
right
he?
now. He got injured like a month or so ago. He's out for a while.
I like him.
I like
Jimenez.
I like Jimenez a lot. I like him for sure.
And Pivaldes is also doing amazing with Benfica and Greece. He scored 2 goals.
Pavlidis.
He scored 2 goals against England, I think.
Love Pavlidis, man.
Yeah.
What striker would you wait? What other strikers would you want, Class? Like, what kind of striker do you think Chelsea need?
I think we need Osimhen. Seriously, if we don't get Osimhen, then you've got options like Santiago, Gimenez, or Uche. I think.
Uche.
Yeah. Other than that, who? Openda maybe.
Openda's pretty sick. Yeah. What about Marmouche?
Oh no, not my type.
Marmouche at Frankfurt. I think he's excellent, bro.
Oh yeah, the Egyptian, bro. He's cold. Bro, he's cold, bro.
He's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
I would have taken Guirassy. The shame that he went to Dortmund.
Guirasy's doing well at Dortmund. He's doing well at Dortmund.
He's going to Dortmund.
That team ain't functional right now.
I think we probably might.
I'll be real. I've got to wrap up the stream as well, though, because I've got to get ready to step out. Big up to K Mill saying in before Lee comes after Lewis for monetizing supers. Me and Lee are all good. And he's got super chats anyway, so it's all right. But big up to every single one of you that's locked in. I will see you guys. El Clasico watch along. I'm going to do an El Clasico watch along, so check that out tomorrow. Big up everybody. I'll send you over to Steve.
And I never said anything. So
we'll get that on the next stream. But yeah, big up, guys. You all take care. Love.
Peace out.